Yo, hey, did you put in your vote? We on top of the totem of polls, dropping more votes. Your favorite projects all grow, communities grow. X's helping them blow, placing your votes. You have control, contests and prizes. All of the stakes just got heightened, bridging the gap. We in it together, you cross us, we fighting. I'm hoping you show, placing your votes. After the votes, we burn a supply. One bust it down, rockets gon' fly. XUT up in the algorithm pools, and unicorns looking for you. ETF NFTs up in the vault, enjoying the show. X's up in my wallet, gon' blow. XRP ledger for show. X's, put in your vote, put in your vote. If you holding your no, you up on that totem pole. X's, put in your vote, put in your vote. If you holding your no, X's helping us grow. Dropping no votes, we fighting the further we blow. Deep state losing control, escaping the show. X's dropping them votes. Sending my coins to burn them, they send me more back. I'm earning them coins, keep on burning. The price going up. If your project need help, tell them go in. Jump on the list, we looking for votes. You winning the prize, they send you a bag. Jackpot last time like 17K. Voters get paid, so everyone wins. We'll see you up at the top, we going all in. Dropping these votes, then do it again. We getting more bags, so it begins. You know what it is, crossing them chains, getting more gains. Stacking some coins, it's like an arcade. The XRP ledger insane. This is a gift, it's a present. Jump on the X's, come get more X's, come get more X's. Put in your vote, put in your vote. If you holding your no, you open that totem pole. X's, put in your vote, put in your vote. If you holding your no, X's helping us grow. Dropping no votes, we fighting the further we blow. Deep state losing control, escaping the show. X's dropping them votes.
Coffee time with Berserker and Uncle Buster. Doors open. Good to see you. You know where the coffee pot is.
This is Berserker.
Yo, this is Uncle Buster. Get a cup. Let's talk crypto.
Yeah, dude. This coffee's bomb.
Nothing comes between me and my XRP. All in.
Yo, 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 yo.
Yo, what up, pimp?
What
How
up?
you doing, man?
Welcome
Oh,
back,
yeah, I got
brother. Coffee time. Happy coffee time, everyone. We got he got here. Spotlight it. What do you got there? That's a one and only. That's like one out of like
Bagman.
probably a limited edition Bagman mug, dude. I got the bullish mug from VV back in the day. Shout out to you guys. We love you guys. Happy coffee time. Welcome back. We're on Buster's channel. Thank you, Buster, for hosting.
Yeah, man.
Figure coffee time. We get back to the town square. Let people get on. Let's talk some shop. How we doing, guys? Hope everyone's good. Let's go ahead and throw on some music here. Let's do Diamond Hands. There we go. I like this one. Little background music here. Let's go ahead and shout out the chat. See who's in here. There we go. Who won it? EC all in. Let's go. Let's change it up. Let's go to the traditional so that way we can see the comments a little better. Classic. There we go. All in. Right on, EC. Welcome in, brother. It's good to see you. Hope you're okay. Hope everything's good. We're as close as we've ever been, guys. So we got Darcy in the chat out of Ireland.
EC had the eagle up there too, man.
Look at him, dude. He's probably feeding bald eagles in Alaska, feeding them fresh fish meat cubes to the eagles, bro.
Eagleville. Welcome to Eagleville, man.
Is that a correlation to the Philly Eagles?
It is for me. I don't know what it is for him.
Isn't that shit coming up? Isn't the game today?
Next week, man.
Next week?
Next week.
That's going to be nutty, isn't that? So it's the Chiefs and the Eagles?
Yep.
I wonder what that means. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if it has like some meaning. The Chiefs and the Eagles or something. Does that mean like the Indians are going to come back and take all the land back or something? What does that mean? And the Eagles will soar with the American freedom in their veins. Let's go.
Straight up.
All right, we got Island Ghost Steph. What's up? Hello. Good to see you. We also got Darcy. What the fuck up is what's up, you fucks? First live I've been in a while. Right on, Darcy. You should jump on too. So we're gonna go ahead and share the link. We'll go ahead and throw it in there now. Guys, hop on, guys. So kind of give the community their town square back, see how long this will last. And shout out to Buster for hosting, so that way we can get you guys back in and we can talk shop. So also subscribe, guys, if you haven't already. Hit like, hit subscribe. This is simulcast to Uncle Buster's channel as well as E4 Rockets channel. So E4, if you're on his channel from YouTube, hit subscribe. But we're hosting this from Buster's channel. So Buster is he's got I think almost 70 subscribers. So if you haven't hit subscribe, guys. Oh shit, EC in the chat. What's up, Pimp? What up, Big Pimpin'? Good to see you.
What up, EC? How you been,
dude.
bro?
How do you see? This is a deep fake.
It's a deep fake. You clone. It's the Clone Wars, bro. How you doing? You doing good?
Nothing much. I don't know why everyone was just staring up at the sky. It's like, oh look, a balloon.
Right? Look here.
Yeah.
Here, guys, look over here while everything else is falling apart, So let's go through the chat a little bit. We got Alan in the house. Very easy hydroponics, Alan. If you need hydroponic services or parts and things, hit him up. So there you go. Hello, Darcy. We also got him talking about Steph. Boom, boom, boom. We got Darcy hitting up Alan. Uncle Buster with the traditional yo. We got Tony Bags morning. Crypto OG in the house.
Bags, man. What up?
I know, dude. Boom, with the ghost, with the blue heart ghost. Let's go. Yeah, that's cool. The emojis are showing up. That's good. Sometimes emojis don't show up in the chat. Crypto OG, what's up, Pimp? Good to see you. David Schwartz. Yeah. I think Bagman's got his hair growing out, dude. He's it's good. That's his newest video, X List from Bagman. So hit up Bags, XRP Bags on YouTube, and hit subscribe, guys. He's got
XRP Jesus, man.
Yeah, De Haviland's in the chat. What's up, Pimp? Guys, the link's in the chat if you want to join us and talk shop. De Haviland's in Finland. What's up, Pimp? Good to see you. Ani, what's up? Hey, homies.
Ani's
man. Back, dude.
Doing, girl?
Jump on in, Ani. We got Crypto OG. What up, what up? There we go. My hair was that long last week. Chopped it off 2 days ago. Don't do that, bro. It's like Samson. Don't do it. It's like Samson and Delilah, dude. You cut your hair off. That's your power, dude. So it's okay. We got Ani. Boom. OG. Monica's in the chat. Good morning, boys. Good morning, Monica. Boom.
Monica.
Darcy. Ani. De Haviland. Let me see here. Found a hair that long in my underwear a few weeks ago. Yes. Wife is a culprit. It's always the girl, dude. Their hair is everywhere. It's all over the place. Darcy's in the chat. Why does this name come up in a black box? I'm not sure. I have no idea what you're talking about. It's okay, though. We'll figure it out. Eagle represents Scorpio in the occult. Talk about that, EC. What do you think, bro? Is it bad? I thought it was for freedom, dude.
Okay, so that is interesting because one of the symbols, especially Babylon, was these four constellations. There was a human, a lion, a bull, and an eagle. Now, so I thought about it as to say, wait a minute, there's four astrological signs, just 2 out of 4 that are represented that way, but they just 2 are different. The other one's Aquarius, the other one's a Scorpio. And Scorpio represents the eagle. So I had to look deeper into that, and it turns out that because Scorpio is a very transformation and metamorphosis, that's his thing. The Scorpio represents the first level of metamorphosis. The next is the eagle, and the last one is the phoenix.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So that's it. So yeah, that's the occult behind that. And
you mean to tell us that XRP is a cult?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a crazy thing about that because E4 mentioned about how probably the color schemes are represented, and there's kind of their thing, and it's red and green. And the funny thing about the red and green is that, while red which is the Chiefs. Red is also shares with Aries and Scorpio as well. So there's a subversive element. Why would the leaks be pointing fingers at the Eagles winning?
We got the breakdown, Buster. He actually does have the breakdown, dude. What does it mean? The
Crazy.
Chiefs and Eagles. My Alan, you're live. Check received. We got it. You're on, bro. Oh, he kicked himself. He'll be
He
back
kicked
on.
himself.
Yeah,
He kicked
he'll
himself.
he'll be back on. We got the link in the chat.
I'm
guys.
good at that.
Stop kicking yourself. Stop kicking yourself.
I'm good at that, man.
Here's a StreamYard link again, guys. If you want to join, let's get this show up and running. Probably be on about an hour, maybe hour and a half. We'll see how it runs. We got Buster's channel, guys. Hit subscribe, hit like, okay?
Guys, can I ask you something, guys?
Yeah,
you ever
please.
saw that, you ever saw that tweet that everyone shares about that says they leaked the script? It was a tweet from 2015 that showed every winner of the Super Bowl from 2027.
No
2015
kidding.
to 2000. Yes.
So what's the 2023 winner?
This one's the Eagles. What? Hold on, let me just. I had to
Shows the winners
screenshot
all the
it.
way up to 2027.
Oh, really?
So the Eagles are going to win, Buster, coming up. There you go.
One coming up.
There we go. Mr. XR Free, me, let's go. What up, Blue Crew? What's up, pimp? So if you guys don't know, if you're new to this chat, you're coming in, you're lurking, whatever. This is a Blue Crew channel. So Blue Crew stands for the moderators and the XR community. So that's what we are. Go ahead.
All right. So 2024 is the Bills. After that is after that was the Jaguars, and finally the Bengals.
Oh wow! I remember the
7 for 7.
The Bengals.
This list is 7 for 7, dude.
Weren't the Bengals like a couple years ago or something like that? The Bengals and some other shit. Wasn't that what was going on?
Well, last year was the Bengals.
They lost to like Green Bay or something like that, right?
They lost to
last year was the
Rams?
Bengals and the Rams, but they picked out
The Rams. Oh, that's right. All that symbolism with like Snoop Dogg during like halftime and all that. I remember that.
I mean, it
remember
still
the
plays
blue and
out.
yellow, and it was the Ukrainian colors and stuff. The Rams colors.
Oh, that's
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah, the Rams colors. They were rocking the Rams colors, and it was synonymous with the whole Ukraine war. Nuts, dude. Sorry, go ahead.
So, but yeah, it played out that way, and also I've also realized that between last Super Bowl and this one is the ambiguity of the who's the winner or loser. Of course, they could just leak this just to get people hyped up and rug everyone, but it's all a scam. Like two heads on the same body of the eagle of the twin-headed eagle. So they're just really reading.
Yeah, that reminds me of the Sherlock Holmes movies with what's his face, Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
On like one of the second Sherlock Holmes movie, they talked about all this.
Yeah.
Lion's Head and it was all this crazy occult stuff and in the lion's head and the eagle claw and all that shit. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it's funny how they like fan that in front of your face. Just mock the public. Oh, this is a fairy tale. No, it's not. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it ain't. Especially the one Babylonian symbol is actually a statue. You can look it up. It was like the head of a man, body of a lion, of a bull, and the wings of an eagle, all together. And it's 5-legged. It's 5-legged because that from a different angle you can see 5 legs, and from one angle that you think there's 4, but it's 5 legs.
That's crazy. Does that
Yes.
What does that represent? Like the 5th pillar? You ever heard of the 5th pillar in like politics and like government? Yeah. It's like a silent pillar that runs everything, It's weird. Or the 4th pillar or something like that, because there's 3. There's executive.
I mean, we have the Pentagon.
official.
We have literally a Pentagon, the Pentagon building, and even DC House. There are little, points of it. It's an inverted pentagram with the 5 points right there.
Yeah, how do you explain that? It's just artistic, architecture. No, the entire a lot of old school red pill heads had talked about that, the architecture of cities, most cities, especially DC, where it's all built into the layout of the city, and it's like that's crazy. We got Alan back on. What's up, pimp? How you doing? You good? You got audio?
I can hear anything in the
There we go.
background.
You're good now. We got you now.
Join back again, guys. Sorry.
Oh, we got you now.
But apparently he can't hear us.
Oh, I guess not. Yeah.
All right.
So how you been? How you been, EC? Everything good? You just
I've
rocking
been
it?
fishing. Yeah, I haven't been fishing much because the boat just has a mind of its own. Try to give us problems, but
Yeah.
But just just trucking through, man.
Nice. You've been feeding bald eagles fish meat cubes. What you been doing, bro? Mostly seagulls or eagles, dude? What are we looking at here? What kind of birds are you messing with, dude? Because you know those
Seagull.
birds. Eagles? You see them?
No, seagulls. Seagulls.
Seagulls.
Not
Got it.
sea eagles.
They're-
Seagulls.
They're smart birds, bro. They'll jack your food right out of your hand, dude.
No, they're assholes. That's what they are.
Seagulls are assholes. That's funny. Alan, how you doing, bro? You good? Can you hear us?
I'm doing good. I don't know why on my laptop I can't use my Bluetooth. I can hear you guys on my cell phone. Unfortunately, I'm using my cell phone right now, but I've been missing you guys, chatting with you guys, and talking shop, man.
Well, we figured we'd run a new coffee time and we'd have it again and do it on Buster's channel. Because it's safe over here. You know what I mean? And we got to build up his subscribers too. So if you guys are watching, hit subscribe, please. That'd be great. But we got Mr. XR Free Me. He said he put 1,000 down on that Eagles game coming up. Tony Baggs says the Eagles are going to win.
That's right, man.
There we go. Ani Brito, the Bengals lost during the year of the Tiger. So there you go.
Yeah, the water tiger. Yes, I've actually looked at that. Yes, I actually looked into that because what the Bengals represented is the water tiger, which was comparable to aquarium themes.
Yeah.
Overall, I think the whole ritual itself and the game itself is not more important. What the winner is that to get people on it. Of course, there's like we all watched out in that watch party. With the halftime Super Bowl, Eminem takes the knee. Then how the game play out, the white guy takes the knee. The white quarterback took a knee at the end.
Oh, that's funny. We got animals in the chat. What's up? He goes, "What's up, guts?" And he goes, "What's up, guys?" I guess he meant guys. There we go. Animal, you're an animal. There we go. Boom. Good to have you guys in. There we go. Tony Bags shouting you out. What's up, Busta Bus? Let's go.
Tony Bags.
Yep. There we go. I missed hearing EC drop some knowledge. There we go. Tony Bags loves you, EC.
Yeah. It's
got
sushi
Alan.
time for me, guys.
Yeah. We got Alan in the chat. Something's going on with that audio. I can talk and hear myself, but I can't hear you guys. So there we go. But he's live now with the cell phone. Up. We got a special guest. What's up, Screech? What's up, Maine? What's up, Tim?
Screech, man.
How you doing? He's like, what the fuck? What am I doing? What up, Tim? What are you doing? You get some coffee and donuts? Where you at? You give me a burrito, bro? Give me a breakfast burrito. How you been? You been good?
Yeah. Have a good one, okay?
Good.
Enjoying life finally.
What's your YouTube, Screech? Is it Screech on YouTube or what is it exactly? So I can blast it.
What it says on my
On your list.
what it says on the thing.
Is okay. So go to Screech Prior.
I got
Go
time today.
ahead. Oh, you got time? Right on. No, I love it, dude. I haven't seen you in a minute. It's good. Yeah, so good. So guys,
Yeah, I've been going through going through legal matters.
I know, right? I heard, but things are working out though. Like God is blessing you. It's a good thing. I heard, so that's good stuff. We got Screech Pryor.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube, guys. Screech Pryor. He's got some cool albums. He's got some cool. Go ahead.
But thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
For sure, guys, hit him up. He's got some album sales going on, so you can pick it up. You can listen to it digitally, or you can buy one of his albums. I think you got links in your YouTube, right?
Yeah, all my albums. All my albums are on YouTube. I just dropped one like in October.
October. There we go. So Screech, he produces some good stuff,
It's
guys. So
called
hit him
No
up.
Cap. Yeah.
No Cap. No
What
Cap
y'all
is his
talking
latest
about?
album.
Football?
Yeah, we're talking about the game and the symbolism behind it. Because remember last year it was the Rams and the Bengals or some shit, and they had remember Snoop was all dressed up in the blue and yellow colors, and it's crazy, dude. It's like
Oh, you mean to
see a
be
lot-
like scripted? Like it be
Right,
scripted?
like yeah, a lot of these people nowadays are saying all that, and it makes total sense because who runs the NFL? All these companies and shit.
I
all
watched
these big billionaires.
It's funny you said that because I watched a thing yesterday with Arian Foster, play for the Texans, and he said, you can go to it on YouTube. He said out his mouth, when you come in the locker room, there's a script on the bench.
Really?
I don't believe it though, bro. I don't know. It's kind of hard to script the whole, like you're acting out the whole. They're saying like, so basically the practice was like acting. You're practicing what was scripted. That's what he said. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can go on YouTube it. He was on there yesterday.
Yeah, I believe it, dude, because there's a lot of money involved with that stuff, but they got to control the masses, bro. They can't let it just be a natural, normal, fair game. They got to know what they're doing.
Yeah, I know.
We got Jay Kill in the chat. What's up? What's up, Jay Kill? He goes, go Birds, go Eagles. He's Philly. So if you guys don't know, this is international, and also throughout the United States. Me, Buster, Screech, we're all Cali. But EC's out on the east. He's on the East Coast. So is Alan out in Florida. And we got Jay Kill in the chat here. He's in Philly himself, and we're shouting out the Eagles. So let's go.
Eagleville, man.
He goes.
It got real quiet in NorCal last week when the Eagles ran through the Niners. It was real quiet up here. It was like drop a pin. You could hear that.
That's funny. He goes, the NFL is the WWE. It's all scripted.
It is, man. I think it's.
You know,
I've watched so much. I watched some stuff on NBA, man. It'll blow your mind on YouTube.
Yep.
Like the final scores are scripted. It's crazy. People don't believe in that, but
you know what it is?
It's all good.
What I know. You know what? When they focus on the word scripted, I noticed some certain memes they're very sheepish, and they're just making up fun of the people that say, "Oh, everything's scripted." That means everyone is in it on it, which is it's really not an intelligent way to say it. It's like you don't have to have everyone on it. You just gotta have the right people on it. It's always the one.
Well
it's plain sight.
EC. Yeah, well said. They go, it can't all be scripted. Like that's how they talk, and you're like, shut up, dude. It's
shut up, man. Yeah, you don't have to have everyone in.
It's enough scripted to where that's how they get away with it. It's so deceptive. It's like the devil works in like really deceptive ways, and it's to where 75% of people don't know what's going on, but to 25%, like you said, that's a really well said. The ones that matter, the billionaires running it, that are putting in the big bets, all they got to do is throw in $1 billion into a one bet, and they can literally double their money, dude, or whatever.
It's not even about that. It's more about the distraction, because I was
the
distraction. I'm like 5 years unplugged. I just started watching sports, mildly. I'll watch the Kings, but the distraction, I spent a lot of time on sports, dude, my whole life. Crypto, red pill, then crypto got me out of spending all my time. I'd spend every Sunday, dude. I watch football all day and then watch Sports Center and watch the same shit I watched all day. You know what I'm saying? But
the recaps.
It's the power of your attention, man. Your attention is distracted. That is more valuable than them like fixing it to make money. They're not fixing it. They're already making money.
Mm-hmm.
And then people that don't believe it, could be like, these people are making $30 million a year. You think their morals are so high that, it's scripted. I can't do this. Are you serious? You really think this people making $30 million a year aren't going to go along, or whatever?
Yeah.
So
shut your mouth.
Yeah, they benefit more of you losing your time and money. If you bet on it and you lost, They went.
Well,
Did
the
they
ad,
lose
the
too?
ad, the
No,
ad.
it's you that put yourself in. Like we all talk about our bags, like never put more than you can afford. And there's people that who don't listen to that conventional wisdom. And look where we are in the bear market, and they're just shaking their heads. They're beating themselves over that. Hey, we told you so, right there. And I would say that to the people who should know better, who should have known better.
Okay,
But
We told you
the
so.
reality though
yeah, it's like
is,
it's like the lock on your brain. Like I have nothing vested if it's fake or not. I don't care. But people that are true stoppers, they won't even allow you to think that. What? You're crazy. You think, I don't care either way if it is or not. It doesn't change my life. But I'm not a true stopper. I'm more of an open mind person. So,
What are you saying, Alan? Alan, what
I
was
was
that?
gonna say, that the reality of it is, like we say, a lot of people said over the years, don't ever put any more money than you can afford to lose. And the reality is nowadays people don't have that disposable income, that disposable money to invest without taking the risk of putting it in for a little while and then taking it back out. And that's the problem with the average retail investor. And I can say that for myself included. I assumed that things were going to go well with the case sooner than they were, and I had a little bit more funds into crypto than I probably should have at the moment, and had to recently cash out finally when we got back into profit, and not losing any money, but I managed to make it for 2 years without cashing any crypto in and losing any money, which the average retail investor can't say that. And I'm not tooting my own horn, guys. I'm just saying reinforcing what they're saying here because it's true. If you got money put in that you need to pay your bills and you're counting on this to go up, that's a dangerous, proposition for yourself. And it's good to look at these things in the bear market when we have the time and pay attention and learn from these mistakes, because this was a great time for us to grow as not only a community, but in the knowledge of what is to come and what we put our faith and belief system in. Like Buster, you were talking about, watching sports and stuff. Look at where we're spending our time in now, educating ourselves, educating our community around us, our families, our friends. That's become our life. We've been literally transformed, if you would say, into having more faith, each and every one that's in this community, whether it be in God and crypto or all the above, and it's a great learning lesson, I believe. And I count this bear market as a blessing for me because it taught me a lot of things. You learn a lot when you're in pain. You learn a lot when you're suffering. Typically, that's the most you learn. And it's unfortunate that we went through a bear market as long as we have, but it could continue to go on. And, having that understanding that eventually, if you're strong enough and have the fortitude, that we're going to succeed. And, it's great that we have a community like this where we can encourage each other to persevere, because that's how we're going to make it to the end. So, and I think
I'm hard headed. I only learn through pain. When I'm not in pain, I'm like, man, let's just chill and kick it, But and then when you mentioned faith, like I was thinking about this the other day. It's not faith in crypto; it's faith in your intuition, your abilities.
That you've been chosen.
Not necessarily because people hear faith and they think that means crypto's the end all be all. No, but it's going to be the vehicle to get you to the next step to whatever your path is. But it's your intuition and patience and gifts that you're actually believing in. I think crypto's the passion I have, but it's not necessarily just crypto, and that's a longer vision.
That's very bigger what you just said right there, because even with crypto, even sports, two things are all related in essence because people externalize that. I'm going to put my faith on this team. I'm going to put this faith on this coin. Well, where does that base upon? Your intuition, intellect? Did you put the things together? If there's nothing behind that, you are controlled. Can be easily swayed for whatever it is. Mm-hmm. On a sports network, 24/7, they repeat the same garbage, and then they deviate, and then you're repeating some new garbage they're saying. And they could be totally wrong, but they still, at the end of the day, they still get $250,000 yearly salary. People are in crypto right now. Everyone's complaining about the scams and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, nobody And we told you to get yourself into this, and also it behooves on you and what you develop your sense of intuition, have a cohesive intellect to navigate these through and through. It all starts within here, within you. If you have not developed yourself, your smarts, your character, and disciplined, you're going to get screwed over and over and over again. Screwed out of your time, screwed out of your money, and all these opportunities that even if they're presented out to you, you're just like, yeah, I don't got the time and money for that. They literally say, so coming out leaking, say Eagles going to win. Eagles are going to win. Does anyone have money for that or time for that? I don't think so. Yeah. XRP, it's going to win. Do you have the time and money for that? Not many people now these days. It's coming with Alan what says. It's like how things have developed and leveled out, that even if you would, people don't have the time and money for it. Because all the things that have added up to put them in this situation, which they could easily get a crawl out of. But now it's a huge risk for them.
Well, shout out to you, Alan. I like what you said. It's important to know or to remember the lessons that we're all paying, all the dues that we're paying right now from the super duper bloodbath, that's happened over the last year and a half. And it's like, you can't forget that shit. It hurts so bad to be able to hodl and do the best you can. And even if you are DCAing, dollar cost averaging in and all that, it's still really important to remember, because when it does hit and people, make it and they make some money off of XRP, they'll remember, oh shit, I better be careful with this and not go crazy. You know what I mean? And do the right thing with the money. And I think this is one of the best lessons, especially for like debt slave sheep that aren't used to managing money. You know what I mean? Like myself, I use myself as an example. I grew up in a household where we didn't know what the hell to do with money. It was just like, you just live paycheck to paycheck, pay your bills, keep your head down, pray to God, and you get by, you skirt by. And that's happened for generations in my family, at least. You know what I mean? There's been a few successful people that are, in my extended family that done well, that, go to school and do all that stuff. But even that, they're still prisoners to their jobs. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, you can have the 2-story house or the big old giant 5,000 square foot house or whatever, and still be locked in. You know what I mean? Because their mortgage is massive, and they have to work harder just to maintain that. So, but that was good. Shout out. I appreciate it. You might be frozen. Are you frozen, Alan?
No, I was just patiently listening.
No, I appreciate you saying that, bro. I was like, am I talking to a fucking?
He's like
I tend to interrupt sometimes, and I try to, be respectful, because, people like myself, I'm ADD. If I get interrupted, my train of thought goes, whoop. So sometimes I interrupt people because I got to get it out, But I'm learning patience. These several years have taught me a lot of patience, and continuing my faith, man, not just in God, but like in believing in this community and believing in where it's going as far as the positions that we're put in right now. We are really the pioneers. We're going to remember these days that we're going through right now, and when all the new people start coming in that are buying at $10 XRP, $100 XRP, be like looking at us like, oh, those guys were here, some of these guys been here since like 2015 or even earlier, 2009, some people were buying Bitcoin, and we're going to be the ones that they're asking questions to, and we're going to be able to give them the answers because we spent the time, we put in the time. Like, I don't watch sports, guys. I just don't have the time. Thank God I've never been really addicted to sports, because it would have just pulled me in a different direction. Now I'm more focused on getting ahead for my family, but also for the people that aren't prepared. That's kind of like my main goal. It's been my main goal for years now. Just make sure that I'm readily available in the future. So when this thing does happen, that I'm financially positioned to where I can help people. And also, being able to be a part of something that you can't see, really, we kind of see it, but we don't really see it. We don't see the actual use case working right now, but we're believing that it's going to happen, so having that fortitude is something of a faith I think has grown in all of us here that we never thought that we were able to have, standing and believing in something this long, especially some of you guys. I know some of you all been here since like 2017, man. 6 years holding XRP, and this shit has not popped off yet. Man, I'm telling you, after 2 years of this, I'm like, what the heck? I mean, go back to like MoneyGram days. I was just talking about it in another live stream today. I'm like, man, these Bitcoin maxis are out there talking about Bitcoin, and it's going to be this store of value. Great, yeah, but it's never going to scale. It's never going to be able to do the transactions. And I said, okay, here's a hurdle that you're going to have to overcome. The price of energy in Europe is 1,000% increase. So imagine you have a power bill of $100, and next month it's $1,000. Are you going to be able to afford, to do whatever? No. And imagine if, we're doing these transactions at $1, like they were saying, Jack, whatever his name is, came on and said, we can do Bitcoin traction as cheap as $1. I'm like, really? You could do an ACH transaction for 50 cents anywhere in the world and do them millions of transactions per second. Maybe it doesn't settle right away, but you're competing against something that's already working and it's more expensive. How's that competing? Because it's digital and it's crypto and it can be done in an hour instead of 4 days. Oh, I get it, but that's never going to be, the future. The future is going to be fractions of a penny.
It's a Trojan horse, bro. They're trying to get the masses to believe that that's a good thing,
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. And then
sorry, go ahead. No, I was just going to shout people out, but go ahead, finish your thought, please.
No. Well, okay. So my point also is so then we're looking at the double-edged sword of crypto, with the central bank digital currencies and all these narratives towards we're going to have central bank digital currencies are going to take over the world. But the reality is eventually we will have a one world currency. And I think Ripple is unfortunately that one crypto that will be that one world currency. That will be that bridge for that one world currency. I don't know if you all know about the Rice chip, microchip, but that technology's already been implemented on that chip, and Ripple was actually providing that tech to do those transactions on a microchip.
I remember that a couple years ago.
There's a patent for that. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that the communities don't talk about, like on other channels, that we get, wonderfully talk about here and share our knowledge of things like that. So my conscience tells me, that's there, and that is eventually going to be the enemy's plan. But we as smart individuals that are coming together as a community know that we're in early enough to where we can hedge ourselves against what the enemy is trying to do and use it for good. Because ultimately, God's in control. No matter how hard the enemy tries, no matter how hard he deceives people, God is in control, and God will eventually win in the end. And even says it in the Bible. So, that being said, know that we're here early enough for a reason. I believe we were chosen to be here early enough, not only to help the community and have them understand that you were in early enough that you have an exit from this actual plan of the enemy for, a chip device, on your hand or your forehead or whatever, to actually do transactions. Kind of like what China's doing. We're actually seeing the actual Bible come to fruition with a central bank digital currency in China, and them timing out your money. They're controlling what you can and cannot say. We're witnessing all these things that were talked about 2,000 years ago about a cryptocurrency, a one world currency that is actually in use case today as we speak. It's amazing. It's truly amazing. But my point is, we're very fortunate to be positioned in this time to where we are going to have that little escape. And God knew it ahead of time and put us all here right now, this small amount of group of people in the XRP community or in XLM or other great, projects that are going to change things in the world and that we're seeing right now happening. So anyway, I'm going to let somebody else talk. But
Nice.
I wanted to share that with you guys. Thanks.
No, that was good. That was good. That was good. Is well said. We got Devin Steve just to shout you out. Devin Steve's in the UK. What's up, pimp? Good to see you. It's evening over there for him. I'm gonna go ahead and catch up on this. Darcy says I should start my own radio show. Nah, you gotta go up tons of rungs on the ladder to make that even worth it. But thank you very much for the compliment, Darcy. Right on. Jake Hill says 90% of the bad calls are in the fourth quarter. So that shit, like that's where they do it in the fourth quarter. The cheating refs. He says boxing as well. Fly, baby, fly, Eagles. D'Havilland, he threw out his TV. He stopped watching sports. Frees up a lot of time for other stuff. You know, we got Ani right there laughing at D'Havilland. Hold on, I'm gonna turn you off. There we go. Darcy, I like the bars in Finland, like a lot of rockers there. So there we go. Apparently these guys, so Darcy's in Ireland and then Devin Steve's in the UK and D'Havilland's in Finland. D'Havilland, mate, mine has been spending over $100 per month to get TV packages, crazy shit. Yeah, I remember when this shit was like, most of it was free TV programming. It's the Walmart, business model. Give it to them for free or cheap and then hike up the price later. Jake Hill says magnetic gloves, dude. That's how they cheat. They have those fucking gloves and they catch the ball with magnets and shit. There we go. We got a D'Havilland. Yeah, it's the go-to here. I have a Thrasher bar just down the block. So yeah, we'll start a band and we'll just start playing in Finland. Oh, I love it.
What's your guys' thoughts on ISO starting yesterday? The first ISO agreement, the deadline was yesterday. So I haven't really heard anything about much of anybody doing really much, communication with that.
For those who are listening, if you guys are new to it, ISO 222 is a messaging standard. It has to do with payments. And I think E4 the other week on the XRP boardroom was talking about how his local store was upgrading their computer systems and stuff. So I believe it's ongoing as far as it being implemented and new stuff happening with ISO. I believe that it's just kind of a background hardware software update. I think that's going to be ongoing. But as far as them, the congressional agreement and the financial collapse and all the implementation of crypto on the public, public stage, I think that's yet to happen. Even though ISO is being implemented and upgraded, I think that's what's happening. It's kind of like working in tandem, but we're still behind the scenes right now. You know what I mean?
Even when ISO completely launches, the public won't even know.
Right. It's meant for the background. I was talking to somebody yesterday, a fellow patriot, and we're talking about just basic finances. Like, hey, is cash going to go away? Is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? And I was saying that not to disagree entirely with what you were saying, Alan, because that may very well happen where we'll have one world currency and it's the mark of the beast and all that. But I think initially, it's just my opinion. Initially, they're not going to get rid of fiat. They have to ease it in. If they were to get rid of fiat, they have to really ease it in, because there's a lot of old folks, man, that believe in cash. Even now, even if they knew the knowledge of inflation, where fiat, you just lose value over time. But people are so used to cash because it feels private. It gives people a sense of freedom, and especially in the United States. So I think it's going to be a combination of all of them. And I think it's going to be ISO 222 messaging standard with crypto running in the background as the plumbing of the financial system. And then they'll have fiat for the regular sheep that want to feel like they're free. And then everybody else who's a sheep that doesn't care is going to use their fucking Visa or MasterCard. You know what I mean? And that's it. They're not even going to know crypto's running. You know what I mean? In the background.
And even when you get into I don't even think it'll be obvious. I think one world currency could happen, but I think they'll let us use hella different coins, but it'll be a network it'll be like a one world network, but the appearance will look like there's hella options. I don't even think it'll be blatant to where it's one currency for everybody. because then everybody would be like, oh shit, we're going into this.
Wow.
Like hella people would know. It'll be one network.
Like Hyperledger or Interledger protocol.
Yeah.
Or
a few of them together, and they're running 100 different coins, and it looks like options.
Well, one world currency, when I meant that, is the control mechanism for the broke people. The 1%ers have never had control. Nobody's ever had control of their money, and that will remain the same. We're in a position where we're actually able to have a position as they have, where we're going to not be able to have to be forced into that part of that system. It's going to be universal basic income. I mean, let's face it, AI and technology is going to take over and probably take about 20% of the jobs, like really quickly. That's what I believe. Cash, there's an easy way to get rid of cash. It will stay around, I believe, for a while. I'd say till maybe 2030, possibly. But the easy way to get rid of cash is do what they did in any other country that's collapsed, like Venezuela or, name one of the, Saudi Arabian countries that are in and around the areas that, lost the value of the currency. A million, was it $1 trillion? I can't remember what country it was, but $1 trillion to $1 US dollar. If the world, reserve currency changes for United States dollar, what's the value actually going to be? It's going to be like worthless. So that's how you get rid of cash. And then if we reevaluate gold and gold becomes the new standard, it's attached to your credit card and using crypto as the bridge. Super easy to get rid of cash. People won't use cash if it's worthless. And I think that's how they're going to do it. Honestly,
it into oblivion. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't know, man. They're like, they've tried to. I'm going to speak in code, but they've tried to eliminate a lot of the old timers, the good generation with the pokey poke, and so they've tried to eliminate them because those are the ones that are going to fight because they're the cash stackers. They're the mattress money generation, and so. To get people on board with the whole card and card system where everything's digital, you'd have to placate the public. You'd have to really fix, like you said, the gold back. You'd have to fix the economy so well to where we got 80-cent bread again, and somebody could work. 80-cent bread.
Get rid of half the population. You're gonna have 80-cent bread, man.
80-cent bread,
supply and demand.
And somebody could work at McDonald's with 2.5 kids and a wife. And they could pay for their apartment and still have a couple $100 to go take the wife out a couple of times a month. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like that, and they can work at McDonald's, one job for the whole family. Like, you got to be able to do that. You got to fix that economy to shut the people up. And then I can see where they'll start to slowly take away cash. Well, you guys are all fat and happy. You might as well just use your credit cards and your Visa cards. And you don't need cash. It's stupid. Remember when it failed? Forget cash. Yeah, I can see how that happens. I just think initially they can't get rid of it because there's a lot of patriots, bro, now that are like, I got cash and that's it, and they're just doing cash, even though despite inflation they're still holding cash. But we got DJ Jesse XRP Sean T on screen. What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Good to see you.
Yeah, I miss everybody.
Georgia. Yeah, dude. Let's go.
Dude, I was in the grocery store. I'm doing good, man. How's everybody doing?
Good. We
Good,
got
man.
Screech on screen too. You remember Screech, Sean?
Yeah. What's going on, Screech? What's up, Alan? Buster. Since the crackdown on the YouTube sphere, my whole schedule's been off, man. I missed the Wednesday night. I missed the Sunday, all that. Yeah. So wanted to say what's up. The other thing I want to say is, in the meantime, has anybody considered hosting or doing a Twitter Spaces call?
I've considered it a couple times, but I don't know how popular it'll be, because even we're doing it on Buster's channel. He has to build his subscriber list. But if we were to do like a Spaces, maybe people will join. Probably be like double this. Like
no, well, okay. So every day when I go on Spaces, there's the world news side of things where this one guy gets like 10, 12,000 people in a space at a time. And then there's always somebody doing an XRP or crypto-based space. But I think if all of us can get down maybe a couple times a week, the original crew, random people will jump in and you can say whatever the fuck you want and it doesn't matter.
That is
They
true.
do
There is
they
the
do
same-
spaces strictly about COVID, strictly about the vaccine injured, strictly about the bullshit going on in government, and none of it gets shut down.
Roger that. And that's the thing. It's an audio only. That's a lot of the problem because people get entertained. Even though we're talking about good stuff here, they also like to see us sit and rap with each other. So,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
between Spaces and YouTube, a lot of people don't. But don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, they'll jump on Spaces, but I think it's more. I don't know, man. Maybe it'd be worth a shot to give it a shot to get on Spaces, but to make it a regular thing, it's kind of, I don't know. I guess anything would gain traction if you were to do it on a consistent basis. So we
Yeah.
could.
Well, just something to
How
think
do they
about.
how do
Sorry,
they
go ahead.
regulate like who's speaking? Like
Okay, so you have Buster, you have a host and a co-host. The host can mute everybody's mic all at once, and then come on and say, "Okay, I want Double A to talk now." Then after Double A, you talk for 30 seconds or a minute or whatever, and then after that, we let Screech talk, and that's how they moderate.
okay.
If someone's off the hook, you just cut them. You just mute them.
Yeah, you can rug anybody you want to at any time as the host. I believe the co-host can do it too.
Well, there's a big problem. A lot of people run off their phones. Like a lot of people run their phones. I'm a computer.
Right.
I like a computer setup. Problem is when you're on the PC version or even a Mac on your damn.
Yeah, they did. I did hear that the desktop version of Spaces doesn't work so good.
It's garbage, bro. The only thing you could do with desktop Spaces is just listen. You can't do anything.
Okay.
So that's also another thing that's stopping me because I would want to host it from my PC, not a phone.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's the hardest part, bro. Elon just needs to step his game up, activate video for Spaces, and make it available for PC and Mac.
And
Hey.
supposedly that's gonna happen. Go ahead.
Dude, if you did that, YouTube would be done, bro. Like, no, for
Exactly.
live streams, YouTube would be done.
Eventually, it will be. I think so. I think it's gonna be one.
And I can tell you this much too: Twitter already owns Periscope, and Periscope is a one-way video platform. But I believe when Periscope was still around, you could have two cameras or two screens going at once, and then the people in the chat, like on YouTube, when people would chat on Periscope, I could click on, let's say, De Havilland says something. I could click on his comment and respond directly to him, instead of having to type in his username and all that, and then my response. So it was a little more efficient. But Twitter has that technology now.
Animals putting up. He goes, "Do you think the rainbow dollars will be issued?" So you guys remember that? There was that rainbow currency. It kind of was correlated to like Nasara, Jasara, and there was like a series of new bills, new notes that were supposed to come out for the U.S. I don't know whether or not that's actually real, but if it is, that'd be dope. I think they're gonna revamp the stuff because the old school dollars. You look on the back, bro. It's nothing but occult symbolism. It's like, are you kidding me? You know what I mean?
Right.
We don't understand, but we know that that's like, and so I don't know whether or not that'll go away, come back. I don't know if the symbolism will stay there, who's in control of all that. But I believe that might be a thing. You might issue new currency with the new gold-backed system and, even though digital's in the background. But
and supposedly Ronald Reagan already printed up the new dollars, and it never got released out into the wild. Meaning, not physically new dollars, but a new system, if you will, that was going to be closer to gold back. Supposedly, I heard that in a random YouTube video.
Then they shot him, and they stopped all that.
Check your Twitter, Berserker. I sent you the gold, the 10 top countries that own the most gold and the amount it was, and I sent you a new patent that Ripple put out, their latest patent since the one that they made back in 1998, and I sent you I think one other thing in your Twitter if you want later or now. I don't know how to present.
I don't see anything on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah.
I sent you a direct message.
DM. I don't. Nothing yet.
Hold on a minute. Anyway.
Hey, Double A, thanks a lot, Uncle Buster. Yeah, I'm about to jump out because
Yeah,
I got a bad
hey, brother.
signal and I'm still shopping.
See you,
Beautiful.
Sean.
Hello.
Sean, have a good
All
night.
right, take care.
Good day, brother. No, I don't see any DMs, Alan. I do see a DM from earlier, but it's just just a text, meaning like words.
You guys want someone to come on? Oh crap! I didn't attach it. I'm sorry, brother. I'm gonna do it
You're
right
good. You're
now.
good.
I'm
You're
gonna
good.
send it to you right now because I don't know how to present on here. I don't know. It's not working. I
Well, if
tried.
you're on, yeah, it's okay. We I can do it. So just send it to me, and then we'll talk. We'll look it up.
Okay, here's the first one I just sent you. That's the top 10 countries' gold reserves right now.
Got it.
It,
Got it. Let me
that's a
share it.
lot, man. We talk about, a lot of us know about Basel III and, the agreements that were made so many years ago. Like
Well,
this, a lot of
explain
this.
what Basel III is. It's a gold standard on a actual academic level, right?
Yeah, I mean, all these agreements were made many years ago to reevaluate gold, to make it, essentially an even playing field, so all countries can, not depend on basically fiat and not manipulate currencies. We're getting to a point to where if it's really going to happen, um, transparency is going to be key. And, it doesn't have to necessarily be gold that a country holds. It could be silver, platinum, palladium, anything really of value. But the gold is going to be the new standard. So, we've been stacking gold since we went off the gold standard. And that's how much gold we've actually obtained, like 8,133 tons of gold. If you read below, it tells you 35,274 ounces of gold. And what was it, 2 weeks ago? It was like $1,900 an ounce. I mean, this is an astronomical amount of money, and look at our debt. We could literally just wipe out the debt just from the amount of gold that we have. Forget about all the other commodities that we have. Forget about the GDP that we have. And I mean, I think we're good as a country. We worry about all these fears that, we're going to reevaluate our currency and our dollar is going to be trash. But if we got gold to back up this new currency, which if this gold gets reevaluated to, let's say, $10,000 an ounce, look at how much money that actually, do the numbers, do the math, how much money that actually is going to be just on what we have in reserves of gold alone. Now, there's other countries that aren't on here. They're really not showing their actual reserves, but this is the reality of what's coming, and smart investors are, diversifying their portfolio in gold and silver and crypto, and I believe a lot of us should be doing the same thing. But, when gold reaches that $10,000 price, the average person is not going to be able to afford gold or fractionalize it or anything. So the next most expensive, really obtainable metal is going to be silver. Silver is going to skyrocket in price too because it's used for everything electronic. So is gold. And, I'm bringing this up for a reason. This is all the push. If we really want to see the real story, behind what's going on, is look at what they've done in this last year of all this accumulation of these precious metals and or energies. Like the energy push has been really huge as well,
Right.
So I
Right.
do believe this innovation is coming quick because they're just gathering everything up together to make that happen,
Well, it's funny. Darcy brings up these good points. He goes, carbon credits are the new gold, and I think that's part of what they're trying to push. But he also says your data is the new gold. So it's one of those things where the data. You see, I kind of disagree with that. It's not the new gold because they're already stealing our data.
Mm-hmm.
They take all of our data off our phones. They take all of our data off our internet traffic for free. We don't even realize that they're stealing the shit from us. And so why would they give us freedom and a sense of value behind our data, unless it was forced or there's a new proper system coming? And this is just considering, don't get me wrong, I understand, like the Bible talks about the end of times and the time of sorrows, and then we go into the, all that stuff. And I get it. And I know eventually maybe that'll happen when it comes. But I think initially it's going to feel like Shangri-La. And I think that's where they'll give us the Bill of Rights, the Internet Bill of Rights for individuals. They'll also value gold. And then Buster talks about attention, and that's essentially our data. And then so the attention-based system will be, they'll give value to the people. They'll give the sovereignty of your data and what you choose to, browse on the internet. They'll that'll be the new gold. So it's trippy, dude. It's trippy. There's plenty of money. There's always been plenty of money, but the whole point of the deep state, the bad guys, is to make us feel like we're demoralized. We're down in the dumps. There is no value in us. We're just worker bees. And so if we go into a whole new era where we have freedom, then so be it. That'd be great. But people got to wake up to the fact that they're just being harvested for their energy. They're being harvested for their money. They're being taxed to death. That's the hardest part, is that reality, to wake everybody up to that. And then, so if let's say, for instance, somebody comes into office, whether it's DJT or whatever good guy comes in, he goes, everybody gets a Bill of Rights in the internet. A lot of people that aren't even aware right now don't even realize they're being harvested. You know what I mean? So they don't even think it's unfair. They're like, what's this Bill of Rights thing? Or what's this gold-backed currency thing coming in? Why are they doing that? I thought I already have tons of cash. They're not even realizing that inflation is killing them, But anyway, sorry, I'm just rambling. What do you guys think? Anything?
Back to what Alan said, I think I've done a late run on silver, man.
Good man, smart man.
Pete sort of opened my eyes. I got Pete in crypto a couple years ago, but his precious metal game's off the hook. But he brought up a thing when we went on the gold standard, 100 years ago, it was 30 silvers to 1 ounce of gold. Now it's 90 silvers to 1 ounce of gold. So it's super undervalued. Go ahead and thank JP Morgan for that. So take advantage now.
Ani's got a dip. Have a good day, Ani. Thanks for coming in. Join us next time. I'm not sure if we'll do this regularly. You know what I mean? Like once a week or something.
Whenever,
we'll do it whenever we feel like it, we'll do it. Probably Sundays. So, but Ani, have a good day.
I'll miss you guys on Sunday. My job is unfortunately going to be every Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one of the last weeks I'll be having a Sunday off. But yeah, Wednesday would be cool. I'll be happy to join you guys on Wednesdays if you want to do a Wednesday midweek. A midweek would be good because there's a lot going on during the week, and it's a good midpoint where a lot of the stuff that's been going on we can talk about, chat about, and it's just my thoughts. Sunday's great. I love it. I would love to keep doing this on Sunday, but unfortunately, it's going to be right at the time I'm actually working. I start at 12, so if it was before that, you guys, it's way too early for you guys. You guys are 3 hours difference, but anyway, I'll watch the live stream afterwards.
Roger that. We might do a Twitter space. Who knows? Darcy says, I used to have a happy, normal life before I started to find out about all this shit.
Yeah.
That's funny. We got 14 viewers strong. That's good because, but like I said, Buster's at 60 something subscribers, guys. Get them up. So share the word, spread the word. It'll be on Buster's channel from now on. So hit them up, hit subscribe. If you're on E4's channel, hit subscribe as well, please. But yeah, let's get them up with the subs, and then we'll do some videos. Buster's going to do more content and stuff, and share the word. That'd be great. We really appreciate it. So Devin Steve, he doesn't agree with me. Let's read this shit. He goes, Berserker, we ain't gonna get any internet rights. All our freedoms are being taken. What we in the UK don't seem to realize is that the Magna Carta was pre-Parliament and supersedes it. So that's interesting. The UK has been suppressed for a long time. And I don't really know what to say about that because I'm American. But I've said it before in the past in previous Crypto Night Lives and Coffee Times that you can't take the freedom out of the blood of the American. It's in your bones. We will fight to the absolute death. We will literally stop. But the problem is being propagandized so bad to where we're not even aware of what's happening. What's happening now is that it's becoming more and more apparent that we're becoming aware of the inflation, the taxation, the debt slavery, all that stuff. We're becoming more and more aware over time. And they're not killing us yet. Even though the pokey poke's been happening and they've been trying to eliminate certain percentages of the population and all that, that's happening. But they're not actually full like fully going like full attack against the American people. And so with that said, in my mind, it's a positive outlook. I understand that there's a lot of like black pill stuff and there's a lot of doom and gloom behind this, but with the positive outlook going forward, it's the inevitable. It's a statistical inevitability, in my opinion, that we will just conquer the bad. Don't get me wrong. That's not considering the biblical text about the end of end times. It's also not considering all the bad stuff that's actually happening, not getting fixed right now. What I'm saying is in a positive outlook, the statistics say that we will literally just take our country back. And I'm just speaking from an American standpoint. As far as the Brits, yeah, a long time ago, you got your guys' guns removed. A lot of people have old school hand-me-down guns from grandpa's old shotgun and stuff. But when it comes to like Americans, there's no, they literally have to eliminate all of us to stop the threat. That's why they haven't taken over entirely, because the Americans were sold on an idea of freedom. And that has been sealed in through generations of like, take my gun from my cold dead hands kind of aspect. And so that's what I'm talking about, Devin. I'm not saying that you're not right, but what I am saying is that good luck to them. That's what I am saying. So, and I base my thought process off of all that. I'm like, okay, well, statistically, we're going to just get all those rights back, the internet rights, everything, because we'll force it. Once everybody wakes up to this crazy truth about what's going on, force it all. It'll just happen.
Even with the data, you still got to see which way it goes, because if decentralization really comes through and people understand it, right now we're getting everything stripped from us because we're in a centralized world. A central location is stealing the data and using our data. But once we go decentralization, it could change. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but we're sort of moving out of centralization, and centralization is how we got played. So if we move into a decentralized world where no one entity actually owns it, it changes the ball game. It's either going to get better or worse, one of the two. But I don't think it's a guarantee either way if it's good or bad. I'm just keeping my eyes open.
As well said. And with me, I tend to be more of an optimist, even though I get real critical, and I'm very like, nah, fuck that. Like, I'll get really critical about stuff. I still am like on a broad spectrum. I'm an optimist. I'm like, yeah, we're not dead yet. I'm sitting there going, okay. I'm waiting for, I had that moment where I'm like waiting for whatever the shooter drop. But now I'm like, okay, there's a reason why we're being allowed to wake up on a slow basis on like several years, with the invention of like Truth Social and Telegram, and we're still talking to each other. There's still a ton of Anons out there. There's still a ton of MAGA, even though that might be controlled opposition or hurting us in a certain way to not pay attention to like the truth, the red pill, the economic red pill. There are a lot of people are going to miss the boat with XRP. They are, but it still doesn't mean that we will eventually get all our freedoms back as far as on a basic level. For instance, let me give an example. The farmland. You think we're going to let, like, a lot of the public is aware now that like Bill Gates and like China owns a lot of farmland. We got our Island Ghost on. What's up, Steph? But a lot of people are aware that like they own all the farmland. Well, you think the American public, that news is just going to disseminate. It's just going to get more and more well known. It's going to become public knowledge, basic knowledge. And what's going to happen, in my opinion, is that we're going to go, fuck that, and we will literally just take that land back from China. I don't give a fuck if they paid for it. We'll literally take it back because the people will force that. And that goes for, and in my mind, that goes for every single thing that is not right in regards to the Constitution and the rights of the people. Like our data, for instance, our cell phones. Why the fuck are there like two companies that run the fucking cell phone world? It's Apple and Samsung. That's it. It's the illusion of choice. They own it all. Just like the television. 5 companies, I think it's like 3 now. Disney owns damn near all TV and movies. It's crazy. And so once you realize that stuff, it's only going to take a matter of like a few short years, or even more, a little bit more than that, 5 to 10 years. But in the timeline, the grand scheme of things, that's nothing. That's a drop in the bucket for everybody to wake up to this reality And that's, I think, eventually we're going to get our rights back because we'll force it. We'll force the shit. But anyways, what's up, Steph? How you doing? Can you hear us? Can you talk? You can't talk, can you? She can't talk.
She's muted though, right?
Here, let's unmute.
Yeah,
you.
she's muted.
I can't unmute. Okay. Anyways, nice to have you on, Steph. So, yeah.
I always
add to that.
I always
Berserker.
perceived it though. Real quick,
I'm not saying
I always
I'm not
perceived it like my best outcome would be it starts off good, and then the bad guys are gonna try to counter it, right? But I sort of perceive it's like decentralization is going to eat the centralized world. That's what I see what's coming. And that would be a good outcome. Once the average Joe Blow talks about decentralization, then, people are waking up.
She can't speak or hear. Or
go for it, Alan.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we're at this inflection point right now where, we're really seeing a lot of things going on in the background that, man, I just can't agree with, like China just forcing the people to be taking a currency that they can time out and that they can manipulate, and we're pushing towards these 15-minute zones all across Europe. Things are escalating pretty fast.
Explain what that means. 15-minute zone.
15-minute cities, like you need to live within 15 minutes of your work. You can't travel more than 15 minutes out of your work zone. If you go out of your city more than 30 times a month, you have to pay penalties like carbon credits. Like, someone was saying carbon credits are the new gold. It's possible. I mean, if this narrative keeps getting pushed, but it's people like us, Americans, and other countries that are pushing back. I hate to say it, America isn't pushing back enough.
Right, not yet. Not yet.
Pussies. Look at the rest of the world. Look at Canada last year.
Generationalized. We're literally we're battery sheep cattle that don't even realize that we have freedom in our bones.
We're too privileged. Now, my point I'm bringing all this up is I do got good news to share. I mean, biblically, we are going to break away from the world because we have biblical foundations in this country. We came and left Europe to get away from the same shit they were trying back then that they're trying now. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. The things of the world have never changed. The devil's tactics have never changed.
For thousands of years.
For thousands of years, exactly. It's the same thing. You follow the same patterns, okay? The reality is, we are the world reserve currency for a reason. It's not, God put it in place, is my point. And we will break away. We will not be as a superpower like we used to be. And frankly, we don't need to be. Countries need to be concerned about themselves and not every other country and trying to,
well said.
Give handouts to here and there. When we got people starving in our country, we got people, mentally ill in our country, living in tents.
The drug epidemic, dude, the fentanyl and all everybody's.
The drugs are from the pain, and the system is designed to keep the man poor, so they work harder. People when they're making lots of money, they don't want to work. That's what we're seeing right now. People don't want to work, and they're having to pay people a higher fee, higher wages just to get them to work.
See, that's
you hear it all the time.
So I agree. I get what you're saying, the basic thing, but like when you let's go micro focus. If honestly with me, I don't want to work either, especially since I found out about the whole XRP golden ticket. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I know it's true. I know in my heart there's too many coincidences that prove this. That's why we're all in this community. Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to let's say we're in a better economy. We got 80-cent bread. Someone could work at McDonald's and then they can afford an apartment for their 2.5 kids and their wife, and everything's okay. And they got a few $100 every month. But I believe that if the people, I think good economy. See, this is my optimism again. I think good economy, enough economy where everything's really good. You can go get a car for $5,000, that kind of thing, or whatever, like it used to be back in the 80s. So you can go get a little 4-banger for 5, 10 grand, whatever, and you can actually live good. I think once you get a little bit, it's like once you give an inch, once you give a mouse a cookie, he's gonna want some milk. So what I mean by that, and hear me out, I'm not trying to like disagree with you, but I'm saying I think once you fix the hurts in the society, which is, you know, everybody, you know, get the homeless off the street, fix the drugs and all that, people start making money and they're doing okay. They can limp by with McDonald's, but I think it'll spark something in people. I think once you give the freedom and you give enough hope with the money, they're gonna not want to live in that apartment with their wife and their 2.5 kids. They're gonna go, oh fuck, I can just work full time, or I can go get another job. And so I think it'll, on an optimistic level, I think it'll motivate people to go, well, dude, I can just go get a bigger house for not that much more work, or maybe get a better job. Like, I think it'll actually kind of spark people to improve themselves. But back to your other point with America, we need to bring back manufacturing. We need to focus on our own. I totally agree. Can you imagine if we went back to how it was in the 50s and 40s and 30s, where we actually made our own steel, made everything here?
We're going to have to.
Oh my gosh. And
we're going to have to.
Yeah, we secure the borders. We actually secure the borders. So a lot of this is the wall's not stopping shit. People are jumping over the wall. It's about enforcement. It's about letting the border do their job and hiring tons more guys to protect the border. So if we do that and we fix manufacturing, meaning we have it all here, we don't fucking rely on some other country. I mean, sure, some shit's got to be imported. Some shit like mangoes and fucking avocados from Mexico and shit. But like, whatever, you know, like, but a lot of the stuff we make here because we have the resources here. We don't tap into any shit anymore. I heard that we got enough oil to last us for like another 1,000 years or something.
Just in the Gulf alone.
Just in the Gulf alone. And
we have more oil in the Gulf of Mexico than the Saudis do in the desert. Yeah. But they don't talk about it. We don't hear it, but it's well known. If you do your research, there's enough oil okay, we haven't even talked about the oil that's on the land in the United States. I'm just talking about the oil in the Gulf of Mexico. Okay? They've already tapped off. I was in the field, guys, for 2 years. I witnessed all these wells getting drilled, capped with blowout preventers, and pumps left to connect them all together back to shore, left down there for years. They're untouched. They're ready to open up and tap. We've used all other resources from all other countries, drain their coffers, and we just started to drain ours. We didn't even sell any of our oil for so many years up until when, you know, Trump decided to sell some oil to prove to the rest of the world that we are capable of doing it. I do believe it was going on. And to kind of hedge ourselves, even though this petrodollar is going to go away, we made smart decisions in this country to actually protect ourselves from this inevitable event that we know is coming. So, yes, we'll be prosperous as a nation because we produce all the food that we really need. Really, we can produce right here in the United States,
which is incredible. So easily too. It's just, it's nutty. Shout out Love Live Heal. Just woke up. What's up, guys? Go to Love Live Heal on YouTube. Hit subscribe. Hit like. Also, if you're in here and you haven't hit like or subscribe yet, I'm about to body slam you if you haven't done that already. So hit subscribe, guys, on Buster's channel. We got 17 viewers. It's a
17
record.
Watching.
It's a record.
That sort of plays into my point. Like, crypto's happening. That's coming. But past crypto, if none of these things change, we're just going down the same old road.
Right, which is a possibility. Even though I like to think like in the optimistic, I totally understand. Like, this shit's like fucked up right now. But it seems, if I zoom out thinking that, I'm like, oh, okay, it seems like planned out. So in other words, it's like a story, like a fairy tale. So there's got to be a beginning, a problem, a protagonist, an antagonist, and then there's got to be a solution. Then everybody lives happily ever after at the end. Like, in my head, that's how I think it's going to happen because we're not dead yet. It's that simple. We're not dead yet.
I got to run. I love you guys, man. I miss this. I miss the community we have here. Everybody, shout out to all the Blue Crew. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Sorry, I haven't been reading the chat much. I got to run. I'm going to just be gone about 30 minutes. If you guys are still here, I might jump back on, but I'll be listening in the background, guys. I got to go give somebody a ride and help them out.
Roger that. Alan, we love you, bro. Thank you for everything. We got the link in the chat.
Man.
Come on.
Good to see you, Alan.
Love all you guys, man. I'll be listening in the background. Shout out E4 and all the Blue Crew. Like I said, have a good night, guys.
All right, brother. Yeah, no, you're right. If we, the DeFi, the decentralized, versus the centralized. If we go into DeFi, things are going to get good. But yeah, it's crazy. Like there's so much information right now, blows your mind. We got the ladies here talking about avocado. Monica, I'm growing my own avocado right now. Are you? That's beautiful. Love it. Randy B's in the house. Shout out to Randy B. All the girls in crypto, love you. What's that?
I said Randy B.
Randy B.
Love Lip Hill.
Struggling is good means you're learning and evolving. Yeah, you're like, I learned through pain.
I learned through pain, man.
Man, dude, this bloodbath, dude, is horrible. But I think we're so close, man. There's so much shit happening. I also think there's something too, even though a lot of people talk shit about Baba Cugs, I think there's something to that timeline. I think there is. Because a lot of times on those dates, which is the 22nd of the month, there's been a lot of shit happening. And it's like, whoa, that's crazy to see that. There's also some Go ahead.
I'm like you, man. I'm hopeful. I see there's a lane where this all could be good, and there's a lane where it could be bad. But I mean, I think I'm meant to be where I'm at right now, at the level I'm at. There's people before I got into crypto, there's higher level people that are on our team, and they're doing whatever they're meant to be doing right now. I believe that.
Yeah.
I'm at the level I was meant to be at, and hey, maybe I'll rise up to another level after this shit pops off.
Yeah.
But I think there's high level people that are good people, man.
It's like chosen ones. We're literally,
right.
It's going to be like bam overnight, and then we're going to be like, oh, what do we do? How do we help? What's my goal? What did God task me with? If I'm going to be blessed with XRP money, I'm not just going to be some oil baron. No, I mean, I don't want to do that. I'm not that person. That's why we got into this, talking to the community and helping to try to wake people up. And for whatever reason, there's got to be there's definitely a plan, dude, for sure. I mean,
even let's say the worst case scenario is this whole system's bad, right? There's a lot of red pillars in crypto. So now we do a post. If there's if XRP is $1,000, there will be more than 19 people watching this video, right?
Yeah.
There'll be hundreds, if not thousands, of people all of a sudden that want to listen to what you say, and I'm gonna preach the same shit.
We have all the old school footage too to prove it.
So we could go on a bad system, but even a bad system is still gonna wake more people up.
That's crazy. That's fun because that was it's the inevitability of that. K-Head on stream. What's up, pimp?
Hello.
What's up? We got DeHaviland. He goes, oil and gas is renewable, right? Yeah. You know what's funny is I was talking to somebody, Red Pillar, and they were saying, hey, the reason why they don't want fracking is because they don't want anybody finding out the underground tunnels. Wrap your head around that. That's hilarious. They don't want anybody drilling because they don't want them drilling into their tunnel system. What's up, K-Hud? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Happy down here in Florida. It's a little rainy, kind of wintry. I feel like Seattle, but other than that, it's pretty nice.
Nice.
How are you?
Good. Just having a coffee time. Figured it was due. It's come time, We got like 20 viewers, and that's legit. I appreciate you guys.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. So I figured what the hell, we'll bring back show some activeness, bring back the coffee time, maybe once a week, maybe once every couple weeks. I don't know. So right now it's just kind of winging it, but we'll see.
I'll let you know. Alan gave me the reminder, just so you know.
Beautiful.
Hydroponics.
Oh, nice.
Shout out, Alan. Right on. That's good, dude. Yeah,
we are a community.
Yes. And that's the thing that we remember. We're like, oh shit, we should just probably do a coffee time because everybody's chomping at the bit. We're still waiting for shit to happen, and we're still hodling. We're still doing our thing, and I think it's important. The girls are still talking about. They're talking about ice cream now. They're talking about avocados, guacamole, ice cream. Maybe some avocado toast, please. Darcy's dropping links, BitChute links. Don't know what those are, but perhaps we can look at them later. Watch the interview, guys. There you go. It's only 20
Hand in
minutes.
hands, man. Just hang in there, guys.
Yeah. We got XR Freebie. What's up, pimp? Crypto's here to stay, and we're bagged up, ready to play. There we
That's
go.
right, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's you can't get away from it. You can't. It's like red pill. You can't go back to sleep. Once you're awake, it's just nagging. It's always going to be there. And the same thing with the economic red pill, the XRP. So the economic red pill is that once you realize XRP is the one, or going to be one of the main ones that's going to be utilized and adopted, it's nuts. There was some local article recent, not local, but recent, regarding BIS, Bank of International Settlements, which is this there was a Chinese dude that like runs it or something like that, BIS, out of Japan or some shit or whatever, Japanese dude, and he was saying that they're going to utilize the XRP, literally like in a tweet. He's like, yeah, we're going to use XRP. Like it was all in like Chinese or Japanese. It was crazy, and it was like recent. So that's another fucking proof. It's just proof after proof after proof after proof after proof that XRP is the one. We're not fucking.
What's up is we're here and we have this understanding, and there's not a crowd on this channel like a Metallica concert in Europe or South Africa or South America. That's what's crazy. We're here.
Yeah, it's because the public has not realized it yet. There's going to be I believe there's going to be a straw. Yeah, there's going to be a straw that breaks the camel's back. It's going to be like one day it's just going to be like pop, and everybody's going to flow in. Like Buster was saying, I think there are hundreds of people start watching these shows. Thousands of people are going to start watching these shows. Oh, what did you hear about XRP, motherfucker? Yeah, we've been here for like almost a decade. What are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? And it's going to be one of those things, and we're going to have to reteach the newbies coming in. That's if we want to participate. That's after we see maybe $100 XRP. You know what I mean? The price that's the silly part. Is that
give me $5?
Well, that's right to you and us. Yeah, fuck yeah. But like to the newbie, they're not gonna. It's the FOMO mentality, man. It's the cheap, bad copper top battery cattle mentality where they're not gonna take all my money at $100, not at 40 cents or 30 cents. They're not gonna do it.
Lemmings.
We think, yeah, they're lemmings. They and I'm not trying to talk shit about my countrymen. I'm just literally saying, wake the fuck up. I'm tired of us just chilling because we know what's coming, and we're just chilling, and the majority of people are just still sleeping because they're afraid.
It's not
what?
It's humanity.
You mean, what do you mean by humanity? You mean it's just typical?
Like it's not just countrymen. This is global.
Well said. I feel bad when I talk like that, but it comes from a sense. It's almost like a tough love. It's like, oh, come on, wake the fuck up. Like I just, you know what I mean? I just want to
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And it's not because I don't care. It's because I care enough to get aggravated about it. And I'm like, oh fuck. All right, well, we're just gonna have to wait still. We're just gonna have to keep talking, and we're just gonna have to keep showing people and keep talking to people. But it's hard because the price of entry into someone's mind is extremely sensitive. You can't just be like, buy XRP. They're going to be like, you're fucking crazy, and they'll never talk to you again. So you have to be real, like, I guess, tactful about it. You know, when people are what do you think is going to happen with the financial system? When people are like that, you're like, oh, well, you know, maybe it's precious metals. Yeah, probably hold on to cash. You kind of like talk to people like that. And then maybe digital currency comes in later. And be like, what do you think about Bitcoin? And you're like, fuck. You know?
I think right now, like you could just say crypto in general, like we're all XRP people, but
yeah,
I think the message could change. You know, if XRP is $150, it might not be wise at that point, even though long term it's still wise, but
yeah.
I can't.
We're all in a little group, so we're gonna know the next. Like, I think you're missing a big ass boat if you miss this boat. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But when you look at the overall view of it, it's still going to be the new center of the next system. And then how many years did it take for like Uber to come out? You know, there's going to be so many things spiraling off of this system to where we're pretty plugged in. You know, I can't walk around Sacramento and meet somebody that knows crypto. Like I got BRZRKR went online and I got into the bags, you know,
Sacramento.
legendary. I met people that knew more than me, right? Versus people that are picking my brain. So
Wow.
I just don't know. There's going to be a message after the ships come in. I just don't know what message it'll be yet. It might just be wake up, you know. But it might not be, hey, you need to buy XRP when XRP is $1,500. That's probably not going to be wise to the person when we were buying it at 17 cents and 11 cents and 30 cents, you know.
Well, K-Hud's a modest. I remember K-Hud. You're like, oh, $5, $10. You're like, you it's hard. I remember you had a hard time like imagining XRP going to hundreds or thousands. In my mind, I believe it'll skyrocket.
I think shit, we were $4 in 2017. We went to $2 in the 2021 run. When XRP is ready to go, we're going straight to $12. $5. It's gonna blow right the fuck through $5, and that's a fact.
I just saw something today on DAI where the guy said it wasn't a goblin channel. There was a name for it, and he joked about it. But look. If you know charting, if you've been studying this also, you have to do that as well. If you want to plan to be involved in this and understand the industry and being a complete investor, or maybe, you just hit the, lottery ticket and you've bought in enough that when things go to some point, you're set. Either way, unless you are that person that's going to be independently wealthy, godly wealthy, you're going to learn how to use this industry and understand all of them, not just XRP, Algo, HBAR, XLM. What problems are they solving? Because right now, this is still, I don't give a fuck who you are, speculative.
Right. Well, yeah, and I agree with all that. Like, I totally understand where you're come from. You're being careful. It's hard there's certain people like psychological makeups. Certain people are just they remain in reality, which is good. You're very careful. But you're not just careful. You're very smart about it because you can only deal with what has been proven in the past, which is the reality of the speculative. Wild West crypto market is speculative. There's utility coming up, but you're going to remain in reality. I get it.
Yeah. And I know you do. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the rest of the people here.
Yeah, shut your fucking mouth, Berserker. Yeah, that's funny. Love your show, 2WW. Love you too, bro. But no, that's I appreciate that, K-Hud. I totally do. But if you just allow yourself, not you, but like just in general, if you guys are a reality, I get it. But if you allow yourself to dream just a little bit based on all the proofs, which are the BIS statements and all the forms and things, you can call me crazy all you want. If you're listening, it's okay. I'm okay to be crazy. I've already worn that coat. I've embraced the coat of crazy, and it's okay.
Let's quote John Dillon. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one.
You mean right? And I'm not alone. That's correct. And so it's one of those things where $100 is nothing when you look at the utility and the possibilities of this and all the proofs and everything's going to happen. It's nothing. I totally see $100. Like Buster was saying, he was being, I think he was being nice, talking about $12. $12 ain't shit.
Straight to 12.
Fuck, I don't think we're gonna even stop. I think we're gonna keep going because once they let
he mentioned charting too, like
I'll mute real quick.
You're good.
That's why I brought.
Even in the charter, we're on over a 4-year cup and handle.
Yeah,
it's about to fire out.
It's literally the most bullish chart.
That's insane.
In crypto.
Yeah,
it's the bullish.
That's insane.
And it's been the most bullish chart in crypto for years. It's like, what the fuck? We're so overdue. It's not even funny. And they're doing it for a reason. In my head, they're doing it for a reason. And which means the reason is let the bulls out. Bulls on parade. Let's go. It ain't going to stop at 10. We're not going to have fucking 2 days to figure out whether or not, should I sell 1,000 XRP at $10? oh, should I sell 500 or 1,000 just to kind of pay my bills? No, you're going to have fucking like 2 hours to sell at 10 before it goes to 15 or 25 or if it's just going to go. I believe when it's time. They might get their coins back though. I understand. So on the flip side, you're like, oh yeah, they're going to fuck with us. They're going to go retracements. But that's if they let that happen. They might just be, okay, we're going to deal with this certain percentage of the population that has XRP, which is nothing. It's like 0.01% of the population that has XRP. They're going to be like, oh yeah, we're just going to let them get rich. So that you got to think about it mathematically and perspectively. These are the people, these are the rulers of the world, the unspoken, people that run the world, the finances, the ones that put together this whole entire plan about XRP and all the whole digital system. They're acting like it's a fucking scam now because they can't afford to make everybody rich. But the people that are on board now, there'll be a day, Jake Hill says someone I put onto XRP is one of the biggest XRP China TikTokers now. Yeah. And Jake Hill is a pioneer. And we will all, he knows, dude. Jake Hill's got one of the most prolific, badass NFT collections. He's literally, I don't know anybody else who rocks NFTs like Jake Hill. And it ain't just
is at another level.
Yeah, it's a whole nother level, bro. This is like Smithsonian level NFT. This is not just fucking around with a couple of bullshit little NFTs. He's got shit. He's locked into the community big time. And Jake Hill's been around for years. And he's in this chat. So who's in this 20 people watching is legit.
So let me bring up something. And I mean we all love or appreciate, XRP. That being said, Brad Garlinghouse Peanut Butter Manifesto, how broad should you go? And I guess it's going to be indeterminate on whoever the person is, but you got NFTs, you got AI, you've got digital assets. I don't like to call them crypto, and protocols is what they basically are. If you have an investor mindset, I mean, your risk portfolio is exponential in regards to where you could be and want to be when you go into these other fields and your knowledge base.
Okay, so what do you ask? Is first of all, do me a favor, define Peanut Butter Manifesto from Brad Garlinghouse.
Brad Garlinghouse, when he was at Yahoo, he was CEO at Yahoo, and he wrote a book, Peanut Butter Manifesto, where they were trying to do too much at one time, and that's why he said Ripple is clearly focused on cross-border payments. They are expanding at this point, but obviously he's doing and achieving what he wants to do. I'm saying from a personal viewpoint, you get into NFTs, you get into AI, you're in digital assets. I mean, how do you, minimize your risk exposure?
Right. Okay, I understand. You're talking about from a standpoint of Ripple, the company, doing too many things. Is that what you're saying?
No, you as an investor.
Me as an investor. Oh, you're saying as far as diversification versus not.
Correct. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I'm protecting.
My philosophy is
diversification. I don't believe it all.
I'm more focused on crypto. Just get the crypto right, and I'll have opportunity to get the rest.
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong.
Like me on NFT to Jake Hills, I'm like a 10-month-old crawling around with the binky. My NFT game sucks. He's like a grown man, So.
And hey, kudos to anybody and everybody that wants to do what they want to do. I'm just bringing up a measured approach.
Right. So that's a good thing you bring up is the diversification. We got 2 Alex D blogs on screen. What's up, pimp? I'm gonna get rid of your old one. Boom.
What's up, man?
Hey, what do you think about diversification? J-Hut just brought it up. I know that you got a lot of coins. You fuck around. You like to test the market. So what do you think, dude?
Yeah, I think diversification is good. Of course, never want to keep everything in one coin. I say buy XRP and then diversify. As long as you got your bag of XRP you want to buy, and then hold and then not want to buy anymore, then you can start diversifying, fucking buy whatever, as many coins as you can, right? But you need a bag of XRP now. It has to be now.
Not
Well,
financial advice.
I believe in diversification because let's face it, we watched in 2021 all these meme coins go up. We watched all these small projects start to take off. All the boats were rising, so it kind of really didn't matter what you had your money in. If you got in early enough, you were making some money. So that being said, we watched like Solana go from $10 to $200. I personally took profits out of that and rolled it into XRP. We can't
That's
have
what I
our
did.
money sitting in one pool while everything else is going up. If you want to be patient and diamond hands it and wait, that's cool. But why not stack up a little bit more of a bag of XRP with the profits you made on a few diversification moves? And if, let's say, something doesn't go right with the case and it takes a little longer, let's say we miss the next bull run with this freaking case going to potentially, the Supreme Court or whatever. You never know. And I think that's what K-Hud's point is.
Well, that time is past. We've already gone through that entire evolution. It is so asinine right now where now's the time. See, this is what I believe. Now's the time to concentrate. Now is absolutely the time to concentrate because we're about to go. And whether or not it's 2 months from now, 6 months from now, whatever, but I don't think they could carry on this lawsuit any longer. But then again, you got the flip side where you don't know what's going to happen because everything's bananas right now. So it could very well keep going. But I'm sorry. I just in my head, I'm like, fuck. You just caught. Make sure you have your golden ticket. Make sure you have your golden ticket.
Yeah.
I mean, he mentioned Yahoo.
What
Okay.
my question is, I'm diversified. Don't get me wrong. Believe me, and trust. But when you're walking into different avenues of speculation in regards to AI and NFTs is what I was trying to allude to. I mean, we're all ignorant to that as far as I understand. And for me just to jump in somewhere, I mean, that kind of turns into gambling at some point, which, I mean, we're still in a speculative market. Yes and no, I mean, for our understanding. But I was saying, because you brought up NFTs and AI is coming on the platform now. I mean, it's another investment vehicle, and we don't know anything about it. And that's what I was meaning about diversification.
Let me add some of the speculative market here. I mean, we say we're in a speculative market, right? But we actually have use case of this tech that we're invested in. I mean, I really don't know a whole lot of other currencies that have as much use case as XRP or even XLM and have actually crossed the borders in other countries and are actually using that technology in other countries. Like I mentioned MoneyGram because let's face it, for 12 years, XRP was running MoneyGram in every single country. So in order for a country to adopt the technology, they got to have some kind of, proof that this is going to work. I think that was really the smartest decision that the company made, Ripple, to push for that MoneyGram, whether it was free or they paid them or whatever the use case proven to be, how it happened. But all these countries are trying to get regulations in place and everything else, but
I don't know what happened. Alan just kicked himself. I don't know what the fuck happened just now. Alan, pop back in. So I understand, K-Hud, you're talking about it sounds like what you actually are saying is that Alan's back on here. What it sounds like what you're actually saying, K-Hud, is just diversification. Just be careful, I guess. Like you're saying that you be careful with diversification.
The preface was when you're moving into NFTs, what do we know about it? And if somebody knows about it, then great, educate us. But what value do they provide? What are they solving?
I'm in agreement with that. I own only NFTs that I gotten for free personally. And when I say diversification, I was saying diversification in a few different cryptos, not just crypto also. Now, me personally, I don't have any gold or silver right now, and I'm ashamed to say that, and I should have some. I put most of my faith in, digital assets and the ones that are going to be running the new rails of the, financial institutions. And, that I think that's a riskier move that a lot of people should not be making because we could be wrong about some things. And my point I was trying to get into is this, innovation is happening really fast, and the regulations that are being put in place to set the guide rails of what this is actually going to be, is really here. I mean, we're really looking at it right now, and these cross-border payments, if they were able to make a cross-border payment with MoneyGram and let's say
Not
Lithuania,
only that, micropayments.
they had to have some kind of clarity for that. It's called a money something, I can't remember the name of it.
Money transfer system.
No, there's
remittances.
No.
Yeah, but no, there's something else like a money bank or something like that. To be able to how MoneyGram did it, there's a special licensing agreement or whatever to do it. I can't remember.
I didn't do anything. My hands are free. Like he's just kicking himself. So, no, that's good. Steph, how you doing? Steph, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There we go. How you doing? What's going on? You
Can
got
you hear
anything?
me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hi guys, it's nice to see everybody and be able to chat.
We can see you and hear you, beautiful.
I'm at a hotel, so I'm in the bed trying to figure everything out.
You got good network. You're loud and clear. It's perfect. So
okay, because I'm running a hotspot off my phone. What were you asking? Hold on, I can't hear you. What'd you say?
I was just saying, what do you think, or what are your thoughts on diversification, or what do you have to tell? What do you got to bring to the table? What do you want to talk about?
Was that Alex that you were saying about the I think it was you. I saw made a video about the XRP ATMs and all of those things. Was that you that I saw?
Oh,
the video?
Bitcoin ATMs.
Yeah, I made a
we have one here on the island, and I haven't used it yet. Honestly, I just haven't had time. But I kind of browsed through it, and XLM is one of the things you can trade on it. I mean, I think that's going to be that's pretty good. It's going to be
Walmart.
One guy told me he those coin things where you can exchange your coins for like money. There's like a section. There's like it's Coinstar, I think, or something like that. And there's a section where you can push for cryptocurrencies, and there's like a number of different kind of currencies that you can select. Instead of cash, you can get like Dogecoin or something like that. Really cool.
I mean, there was a lot of different coins on that. It was a Bitcoin machine, but I mean, maybe I'll do a little bit. I'm just having a lot of issues with if I told you all half the stuff that happens to me on a regular day, I don't know if even you all would believe me, and you all believe anything when it comes to conspiracy shit.
There's just so much that's put bombarding. I'll keep talking. Sorry, I think goes good.
It's okay. You're right, Alan. It's just the things that just come at me, and we're going here on Hilton Head. I swear to God, I think we were a targeted attack at the beginning of the pandemic because we got Wi-Fi, or we got fiber optics and 5G years ago, and there's so much money on this island, and it's just like people are getting so much stolen from them around here that we can't even begin to keep up with it. And most of the people have so much money, well, they can go buy a new iPhone or whatever, and nobody's reporting anything. And I just feel like there's a lot more going on around that people can't even begin to imagine.
Right. That's kind of what we were talking about earlier.
That's what I was saying. I was trying to get in. I was like, oh my God.
It's a slow roll when it comes to people waking up to what's going on. I'm sure there's a lot of technological fuckery happening. And it's crazy.
God.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
I agree.
The tech people are the younger ones that have basically, they're introverts anyway. They're not like the only reason I know as much as I do is because my son is in cybersecurity, and he was that geeky kid that's set Like you're looking Buster with your earphones or Berserk with your earphones on. That was him at 3 years old talking to people all over the world. So
Wow. Yeah.
this is neat. You know, I've been watching him do it. Now, I never really thought I was going to have to do it, but but what I'm getting at is all the older generations, like the Gen X, like me, we've done, you know, their parent. What are those kids? They're always on the computer. They're always, you know, they've been hard on them. So why would they want to help us? It's easier for them just to, you know, I think in my case, I'll give you an example. I've pissed some people off. And every time this girl says, let's say,
I pissed
Sally,
some people off.
Every time this girl says Sally online, you know, set up an algorithm that every time she says Sally, the fire department shows up. Well, that happened to me for like 9 months. Every time I said a certain word, the fire department would come up. Anybody on the conversation. And it was getting to the point where I would drive out in the middle of nowhere just to make sure I wasn't crazy, that it was happening. And I was having a conversation with somebody in Germany about something. I'm not going to say these words so that we don't need the fire department to show up. And the fire department would show up. Now, I don't think that anybody was like sitting there doing this, you know, typing stuff, you know, waiting for me to say this certain word. But you pay somebody that doesn't know me. Hey, here's $100. Set up an algorithm. Every time this IP address says this, do this. And then, you know, and these kids, sure, it's easy. And it's easy for them to do it. And how do I say this? They're way ahead of us when it comes to the tech stuff. And they're not even being the bad guys. They're just being paid by the bad guys. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I know I sound crazy and I can't even begin to.
Nerdy kids out there.
You know what's beautiful?
Money for algorithm setup. Go ahead, K-Head. What'd you say, K-Head?
What's beautiful? You came on board and no one interrupted you or said a damn thing.
That's right.
That's well I haven't even started yet.
Stephanie's one of the crew. Stephanie's one of the crew. She's been around for years.
I've been around for years.
You're a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead. Boom.
You know, I've been very blessed. I've met some really good people in here and in the crypto world. And I'm one of the few people that jumped into blockchain technology for the technology because I didn't believe in the bank when my identity got stolen. And I went to the bank and I've been reading they're starting to be more and more aware of it, but like PNC and Wells Fargo and Bank of America are like our big banks on the island, and they were hit hard. And they would not admit that my money was just disappearing, and it pissed me off. And so I went learning how to be my own bank, and here I am.
Nice. Yeah.
So that's kind of how I got into it. And then
and then you got that Bitcoin ATMs everywhere.
Well, that's just been recently, but
well, no, I've seen them shit.
Bagman would listen to me.
2-3 years ago.
When I would think I was crazy, Bagman would sit there and I would send him messages that sounded like a lunatic. And you know him, he just replies with a little emoji, but it was always an encouraging emoji.
Good people. Bagman's a good.
And I mean, it would let me know that I wasn't by myself when I was listening to the music. And you know, like, you know how hard it is for me to get on here. I get freaking rugged like crazy all the time. And so he just kept encouraging me, and it was good. And I really appreciated it. He doesn't even know how much that means to me. And the songs, it's like every time I'm ready to give up, y'all bust out a new song. Like the J Kills, you know, Bud Busting. I've done a little video on that myself.
Yeah.
And,
Alex has been getting on me to do another song. And it's a lot of work to do all that stuff, especially if you don't have a lot of the instruments. So I got a new song.
It is a lot of work, actually.
I'm trying to do something new, but I don't have the same capability as like maybe Bagman as far as production goes. So, you know, maybe in the future, who knows? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I appreciate it. I mean, it keeps me going when I'm ready to throw in the towel. And I think there is no one helping me with this. And I'm just, fuck it. You know, I'll just basically fuck it. And then y'all put out another song that'll really be exactly what I needed to hear at that moment. So,
yeah. So back to the NFT thing. We got people schooling you, K-HUD. We got people locking it down. So we got 2W. He goes,
Bring it to me.
he goes, obviously the future technology of NFTs is huge. Deeds for property, IDs, all kinds of documents. And then we got Jake Hill. He goes, tons of my NFTs come with passive income, especially XRP ones. And then Tony Baggs goes, NFTs are just digital contracts. Some have pictures attached to them. So NFTs are essentially they're crypto. What doesn't matter what chain it's on, but they're crypto. But the utility is that they serve tons of purposes. But it's weird because
that's the asset-based tokenization of okay. But once again, I'm ignorant, so I appreciate everything you guys told me.
Well, they know everything's going to be tokenized. It's like what we've been talking about for years. Everything.
But even
my personal
diversification, you talked about.
The NFTs are going to be the only way we're going to be able to move money on XRP. It's going to be the way they're going to digitally identify you. You're going to eventually be attached to some sort of NFT, whatever chain it is. I know that Cardano is already doing something along those lines. So just the NFTs, there's already smart contracts in the Cardano blockchain, and the art is going to be great. But there's a reason for them, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
here's my thing on diversification. I'm gonna do a video on diversification actually, but like K Hud brought up the Peanut Butter Manifesto, which was about Yahoo trying to take over search, trying to take over email. Then Google comes in and takes over search, right? So Brad Garlinghouse theory is get one thing right. His theory isn't diversify and try to do 100 things, right? Because I think broke mentality, I think diversification, the word makes us feel safe, but it also keeps you broke. And I think by them passing off diversification on us, it's like you can't lose if you diversify, right? But then when you go to, this is what's crazy about Yahoo and the Peanut Butter Manifesto, is Yahoo was ass out. And I think Mark Cuban sold his internet sports streaming business to Yahoo for like $5 billion. Mark Cuban wasn't there because he's diversified. Then he makes billions of dollars, and then he buys the Mavericks as diversification to diversify all the money he made. So you could get on whatever. I don't care if it's NFTs. If that's the future, I think you're good. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, just get one of them right, and you're good.
Let's focus that for a minute.
Well, there's multiple avenues of success. I'm just an XRP maxi, and I'm like, fuck diversification, because I know that's going to be my winner.
But that's your focus.
Chicken dinner. But what Buster literally just said was, after you make that winning, then you go buy the fucking Mavericks.
Yeah, then you learn how to chart. Then you learn how to diversify and buy NFTs. Then you become what? An angel investor.
Right, and I'm down for that.
Then Mark Cuban will come out right now and tell everyone to do the safe thing, and that's not how he got there. No billionaire got there on diversification. They got there on one item.
Man, you're beautiful.
To be a billionaire, you have to come out with a service that a shit ton of people need.
Yeah,
he didn't come out with 10 different services.
I totally agree with you on that.
And then they come out when they have influence. What do? They keep the sheep diversifying.
And that's how they keep everybody down.
Yeah, I'm just a surf.
I'm
a surf following the king in the carriage with the gold falling out the side.
You're a surf. Aren't we all? Right now we are. Yeah. But no, that's you're putting your pennies to their dollars, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I understand that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, for instance, it's a mistake right now, but there might be a point where carbon credits becomes a thing. And I mean, I dumped a shitload of money into KlimaDAO. That was a huge thing. It hasn't gone away. I'm not saying it's complete fucking failure. And right now it looks like one. But what I'm saying is there might be a moment where KlimaDAO makes my money back times 10, times 100. Who knows?
Get a chicken coop.
You're right. I'll get a chicken coop. I'll make my own eggs. I heard you could use lentils as like chicken feed instead of that new shit that's coming out. But
I think trading's going to be. I think trading's going to be a thing of the past very soon. Between the bots and the manipulation, there's no way we're going to really be able to trade like we do in the past and make money. You're going to have to find something that's going to have solid foundation behind it if you want it to be your, your XRP, your source of income. But the trading is going to be a thing of the past unless you spend, like, J. Roy, and I've done it before, 24/7 trading shitcoins and whatnot. It's actually, you can make some money, but it's just, there's just too much manipulation going on.
Tony Bags, he goes, I'm diversified into utility.
I agree.
Yeah.
You can't outwin bots. You're certainly not going to beat algorithms.
You can't.
And the system has been rigged for a long time, and now they've got it so rigged that they've basically screwed themselves. And the biggest player is going to be the one that wins, who has the most money.
101 accumulate assets.
Well, what's his face, Alex? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And they were when the XRPL was first launched, and they were basically I was in the middle of that bot infiltration, and I didn't mean to be. I just actually happened to catch what was going on. But it makes sense to me now. At the time, it did not. But if they had not have done it, there would have been the people. I'm going to drop names. Like the Iggy and the bad guys that were manipulating the XR Doge against, and they were FOMOing all of these young people's parents into dropping millions of dollars into this XR Doge, and then they were pumping and dumping at the same time. Had they not put the bots in there, the trading bots in there, a lot of people would have gotten hurt. So you kind of had to put the bot in there to stop that. It's literally called a spoofing. It's called a
spoofing.
It's called spoofing, but Matt Hamilton, he'll tell you that it was a market maker, and I hate saying that name because that's who ends up with the fire department at my house.
That's the word. Market maker is the cross-border bank remittance. They're a market maker. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's
sorry, go ahead.
He admitted that it was his market maker or his bot that was put into the XRPL. However, God, I'm scared to even go any farther from this point.
Oh,
however, you might not hear from me for 3 weeks because I'll be shut down on the internet.
You're fine.
But see, the thing is, those people they did fort bots off of that. So the bad guys took what was the original reason behind it was to keep the bad guys from doing it, and then all of their bots entered because it was literally a forked algorithm from an open source ledger. So it's not going to happen. I mean, you're never going to beat the bots is what I'm getting at. I mean,
your basic point is that the manipulation is always there and been there, and your chances of succeeding on a big level are so in the future.
Not going to happen anymore. Not going to happen anymore. They put that
the
there.
Wild West will go away. This casino bullshit market will go away.
And it will. I mean, because there's too many people that are going to FOMO in the whales and then just take all their money, and that happened that's what happened with the XR Doge, and it just they were good people involved and there were bad people involved, and the good people that were involved didn't know that the bad people were manipulating them, and then the ones that came in to stop it, they had to be they couldn't really tell them why and what they were doing because you never know who's on what team anymore. You just don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Darcy says, he goes, once regulations come in, prices will reach a point like stock market. They will not move like they do today. Like crypto won't be as volatile. If they have a crypto market, you know what I mean? They have to have one because we have to be able to buy and sell, but yeah.
And I do agree. I do agree with. There's just like if you were to buy into Microsoft back in the 80s, it's going to always be a good investment, but it's not going to be. I'm just saying, crypto is not about the trading bots as much as it is about the utility of it, and we're going to need all of it to work together to build a secure.
Right. And so, I believe that what you're saying is true. However, humanity as an organism nothing is stable, and markets will rise and fall. I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
Nothing under the sun hasn't been happened already before with us, and this will come, this will go, and there'll be different areas, like the spice trade. I mean, that was a global connection at one time, and this is an evolution of it. I do believe there'll be opportunities for humanity no matter what moves forward, as long as we live.
Roger that. Jake Hill shouting out.
And I'm saying it like that. I'm just saying that it's never going. You're never. I don't think we're ever going to be able to beat the manipulate the ones that are the market makers, I guess, so to speak, anymore. I don't know how to say it, but you're right. But I'm fully invested in different, cryptos.
The unknown is fearful.
Say it again.
What's that?
The unknown is fearful.
It is. Yeah. It's very fearful, but yeah,
we just got to be able to hold on to our bags once they moon. We got to be able to hold on to them and do the right things with them. A lot of people are going to go into the physical world. They're going to diversify into real estate and stuff like that, rather than other cryptos that might moon later. So I think it's going to be a mix of a lot of that. Like once we moon, a lot of people are going to, do solid, tangible assets, gold, silver, but I imagine gold and silver would skyrocket with crypto. It's all going to happen at once, in my belief. But
maybe we'll go on a new timeline. Algorithms change to where manipulation's gone.
Accumulate assets.
Accumulate.
I mean, the bank's already talking about custodying crypto. I mean, they're going to use it. Why not?
They have to.
They have
same
thing. Yeah, it's going to be the same.
There's no way that they can be secure without it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they're Bank of America straight up said as soon as we get regulations, we're going to start custodying crypto. I mean, we're going to be making interest like we used to back in the day when it was worth putting your money in the bank and getting the interest and storing it there. I mean, that's the ultimate plan. They just want to make money off our money. They have a little delay right now. They have a little time in history where things are changing and they can't adapt quick enough to avoid losses. But eventually, it's going to be major gains for them. They've rigged the system way back in the day. It's just taken a long time for this technology to be implemented into the world. I mean, it takes on average 10 years for a new technology to be adopted. Look how long the internet took.
I mean, this has been around since 2009. That's when they introduced Bitcoin. But the whole point of it was to make it so that we can move money securely. But the banks are the ones that did not want that to be implemented because they were the ones making all the money underneath the table. But there's no way that we can move money around without blockchain right now. There's no way.
Yeah, and now they know that they can
efficiently,
faster,
and efficiently, without securely.
Friction. Without, let's just say let's say a Nostra Vostro account was $100 million for XAY Bank. They don't have to have $100 million in assets and locked up in a Nostra Vostro account. They can have 10% gold and satisfy the agreements that were made a long time ago and use a digital bridge, a digital asset to transfer that value in seconds instead of days, and no volatility.
I think it's a patsy. I think the cross-border payments, this is just crazy town right here in my head. I think it's a complete bullshit patsy to introduce it to the public where it's all cross-border payments. We need that. Yeah, don't get me wrong. That's a real use case. But I think what XRP and the rest of the utility assets, when they get put into play, it's not only going to be NFTs and contracts and smart contracts. It's going to run everything. It's not
exactly.
Just payments. Yeah. It's going to be all the government. Yeah, it's going to be all the money. It's all the money, right?
And so
Codius was the first thing, and then all of a sudden,
the protocol.
Yeah, it's real. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's fake. I'm not saying cross-border.
They go from Codius
way to introduce
to all of a sudden, Ripple just realized cross-border payments was the thing. It's like, give me a break, bro. They knew that when they built Codius, man. They're not stupid.
That's the primer. But, here, let me give you a little bit. Let me give you a little bit. Here's a primer. Yeah, here's
the best case scenario is we're gonna get paid a percentage, and we're not even gonna move it off the ledger.
Yeah,
you can't.
That's gonna be the best case scenario.
Well, that's
that's gonna be poly
exactly right.
It's just gonna park in your parking spot. You ain't sending it nowhere because who am I gonna send it to? I'm not sending my shit anywhere.
Well, that's why they're wrapping it. That's what Claire and them are doing.
It's gonna be straight off the ledger, and that's gonna be a lot of money. It's gonna be trillions and trillions of dollars sitting on the ledger.
I look
and
like,
that's and I totally
I look like XRP is a pubescent teen, and it's ready to pump.
Well, I look at it as how brilliant is it for them to start the XRPL and keep these tokens moving around with the IOUs and whatnot, and keep it free because we're keeping our money on the XRP ledger. You know, we're not trading with Ethereum and whatnot. So I think it's brilliant, but I mean, they've definitely got a plan, and it's way ahead of what we can even begin to imagine.
I think it really started with the debt, guys. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
What did you say?
I think this whole plan was really starting with this debt. You know, what are we going to do with this debt? How do we mitigate this debt? Where's it going to go? We're swapping it and paying exorbitant fees to just swap debt. It's getting us further in the hole. We've got to come up with a plan to eliminate more debt that we're accumulating with the money that we're already using. So I think it was a brilliant and genius plan. And when the debt comes on these ledgers and it's actually transferred in real time, and it doesn't cost hundreds of millions of dollars to do these debt swaps throughout the world, and it costs fractions of a penny even, I think it's a game changer for really anything. You know, think about just debt for a company. If you're able to, you know, not have to pay 4 to 6% interest on that debt, let's say, and be able to swap it out for something else, and you know, cost you a couple pennies.
They know that kicking a can down the road, they can't kick it no more because that can's falling apart with the money printer and the Fed and all that. They have to stop it all. That's what this entire fucking menagerie of craziness is, in my opinion, literally just to redo the financial system. It's all
you know what, Buster, Berserker, what you just said, I heard 4 years ago.
Yeah, but it's taken in reality because of the massiveness of this. We've got millions of people populate billions of people, and it takes years for this to come out, not months.
So it's not like we're just you're not reinventing, or you're not coming up with this magical thing. It's been happening, and we're just starting to see it and be aware of it.
Yeah, we're just now. There's no road left. They're kicking it down a dirt road.
Yeah, we've been out road. It's muddy and shit. And Alan said it. He said, "Look at the old stuff that came out. Look at history. It took 10 years for shit to implement."
Yep.
And so I understand that. But where are we at in that timeline? Are we at the 8th year?
Yeah,
are we at the final hour? Where are we at?
Oh,
look at Europe.
We're at
look
the
at Europe.
Year.
They did with the currencies.
Coffee time. Let's bring out the espresso. Whose backs are going to be broken?
We done had our fucking espresso. Okay, HUD.
There was something you guys were talking about last week that I couldn't jump on because
the people.
Can't. Tails is doing those the Gala nodes and whatnot. My son told me, and he's a cybersecurity geek, 5 years ago when I was trying to set some stuff up, and that's when I first was noticing breaches on my stuff. And he came over, and I wanted the new Microsoft was coming up because I'm telling you right now, you need to learn Linux. And this was 5 years ago. And I said, Dylan, I am 50 years old or whatever. I said, the people that I'm going to be selling and working with and using my website are not going to want anything to do. They want the basic Word and everything. And he's like, all right, I'm telling you, you're opening up a can of worms, but you need to get into Linux.
Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. That Linux shit. Yeah. Linux is crazy. It's good. But
Linux is, so I'm I was warned, and all my shit's gotten hacked through Microsoft. And I mean, I can't freaking catch a break through Microsoft. And I don't think Microsoft will ever be secure. But you can run the same programs inside of Linux on a virtual cloud-based machine. Yeah. I'm telling you now, it's not easy, you all, but I would really start looking into Linux.
Right. So what brought that up? In your mind, I can imagine what brought that up was the new update to the Gala nodes.
What brought that up was I was told 5 years ago to do it, and I'm kicking myself in the ass that I didn't.
Because now, Well, what Gala's doing, right, Gala's utilizing a virtual machine to run the Gala nodes now, and it's a Linux-based virtual machine that runs on either your Mac or your PC, which is Microsoft. But yeah, Microsoft's fucking spooky. They're not just Mojo Loop. They're spooky. They're doing chat. Did you know that their Chat GPT, that shit coming out? They're one of the largest investors in Chat GPT. And
I did a whole year of Microsoft 365 development team, and trying to, after I got, and what I learned is there is no way they're going to be able to go blockchain and be safe. There's no way, because they have been so infiltrated by the bad guys to go after people like me that I don't want to learn Linux. I don't want to protect myself. Isn't there an app I can add to do it? I worked so hard for my money. I don't want to have to learn how to protect it.
So once again, this harkens back to, and I believe the core of what we're speaking about amongst all of ourselves tonight is investment, diversification, and really where we want to put our monies and our efforts and our loyalties to what we believe personally, every individual separately, where to go.
I'm putting everything I have into technology that's going to secure my personal data, my money, because nobody else is taking care of it but me. And nobody will.
Well, there's like Buster was saying, there's standard custody and there's PolySign, which is the same company. Passive, we got 2WW, passive income from an unleveraged real estate and from unleveraged real estate and ISO 222 crypto, that's self-custody. So
exactly.
When you self-custody your shit, there are going to be companies that aren't fucking mixed up with Microsoft that will cut you off a dividend. You'll get whatever, 4%. I hope in the beginning it's big, like 8-7%. I hope it's like that. But when you
will an NFT do that?
Well, the NFT
NFT's already doing it on they're already doing it on the Cardano blockchain.
Yeah, like let's say you custody with PolySign. It'll be on the ledger, but it'll be on a wallet that's actually custodied from PolySign. And so, which is kind of similar. It's fucked up because it's a slippery slope. You get similar to this whole buyout program. The buyout shit going on with Bayhell and like Crypto Eddie and all them. They're fighting right now because Bayhell Capital wants to fucking custody your shit, and then they want to take this big percentage. And you're like, and everybody on Twitter right now is like, don't send your fucking XRP to nobody. And that's kind of, but with standard custody or PolySign, if they have a retail version of that, I imagine they'll use an NFT to give you pretty much a locked in receipt, and it'll still be on the ledger. You'll probably retain some sort of control of it. It'll just be connected, kind of like we did this snapshot.
And you imagine that, and that's what I'm saying. And that's why I don't believe any of us understand the NFT market and the potential we understand are the AI. But do you know the ripple in any of these areas? I don't.
I know more than I'm going to put out right now because I'm not sure if I'm saying it right.
No, say that again, J-Hud, please.
Okay, so NFTs and AI, they're all coming. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I'm going back to the Peanut Butter Manifesto, and we're invested in XRP. That's why we're here. I mean, all of us inherently, from what I understand. That being said, is you're diversifying, and I'm cool with it, man. I want everyone to. I'm diversified. I'm not here to tell anybody anything. I'm diversified stocks. I got my business, everything. But you're going into NFTs and AI, and what do you know? I mean, we all had a big feeling about Flare, and obviously, I don't know that either. But
Flare is doing things exactly the way they should be doing. You don't doubt Flare. Don't doubt Flare.
Right. Okay, good.
Let him go. Let him finish. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, you walk into the NFT market. What do you know? Is there a ripple in the NFT market? Meaning, an analogy, a company that you feel that's secure. Is that the same way you feel about an AI company, Ripple? Because I feel that way about Ripple and what I'm invested in, and I have diversified. That's all I'm trying. My point.
I'm trying to understand your basic point. You're saying Say it again one more time. Try to break it
Are
down.
you
Talk to me
confident?
like I'm 5. Talk to me like I'm a fucking 5-year-old, please. What are you
Okay.
saying exactly? Please.
Is there a company in NFTs that you feel is the same quality and consistency and direction and connection that you see with Ripple and digital assets?
No, I don't think that. I heard you there. I personally don't think that there's like an NFT company. I think what's going to happen is NFTs are going to be utilized on like chains, like blockchains, whole blockchains. They're going to be utilized for way better utility reasons. So, like, I understand what you're talking about. There could be.
Where
like
do they originate?
Well, what I'm saying is, well, they're created, the smart contracts or the NFTs or whatever the fuck you're using. They're going to be created by, let's say there's a real estate company. They're not going to be an NFT company. They're just going to be a real estate company, and they issue NFTs that represent the properties. They represent the actual deed of that physical property, and those NFTs can be purchased. That was the whole point of tokenization. The layout of it is that they could be purchased by 1,000 fucking people, can own one property because there's 1,000 NFTs from that real estate company, and they're trying to sell that, but they're not selling the whole house to one person. They're selling one 1,000
fractional ownership.
Right.
It's all put on the ledger.
Right. So what the way you were saying is you were like, hey, is there an NFT company that you actually trust? Well, I don't think it's going to be necessarily an NFT company. It's going to be your research based on the company in which what business or industry you're trying to do. Like if you're trying to buy real estate, yeah, if that real estate company is legit, yeah, I'm going to buy 1/1000th, and that'll be an NFT I buy from them. They're not going to necessarily.
It's a non-fungible token.
Yeah.
An NFT is basically going to be on the blockchain. That's going to be a secure way to make sure that it cannot be altered, like a electronic.
Yeah,
I
trust
an
the
electronic.
NFTs. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
Please.
I'm sorry, but there's more to it. It's to be put onto the blockchain, any particular blockchain, Cardano, XRP.
Got it.
Yeah, but it's going to make sure that that information is stored on a digital platform that cannot be altered, manipulated, traded.
Yeah,
like a document that can be manipulated. Like you can forge a signature, but once it's put on the blockchain, even though it's
not a cartoon ape.
Say it again.
Well,
not a cartoon ape.
Right. That's what
NFTs okay
now, which is fucking bullshit.
But right now, Cardano is working on a way to layer that digital onto.
I get all that part. Yeah.
Yeah, they're layering your digital information onto the NFT. Once you layer that digital information onto one NFT and you bridge it through another NFT, it's going to help create the less manipulation. It's going to prevent the algorithms from being able to change things as well.
Right.
Charles Hopkinson did a brilliant
the network. I understand. I'm just saying, we're all talking about investing here, correct? So I wouldn't say to anybody, and I won't, and I haven't bought an NFT. Not saying it's a viable marketplace, not saying I don't understand I know where this is going. Don't get me wrong. But
why would you buy an ape? Why would you buy a duck? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's current.
Well, I know that with my duck, I can go to Bags events and get discounts. It's kind of like a discount card as of now. That's what he's using it for. So it just depends if like if you are part of the Club XRPL and their stuff, there's going to be reasons to own them. It's going to be like your gold card of your Visa, whereas you're going to get rewards and perks for them. As of now, that's what's going on that I see.
Speculatively, yeah.
The NFTs themselves.
Everything is speculative right now.
Yeah. The NFTs themselves, I trust them. So, like for instance, the real estate example I used earlier, I would trust the NFT themselves because it's immutable, it's transparent. Whether or not the company itself goes tits up, that's what I don't know. And that's the scary part of it, is that if I buy a house through this fucked up company and then they issue this NFT, I believe that there'll be some sort of federal standard.
Thank you.
Where, yeah, there'll be some sort of federal standard when they start using NFTs for actual real life tokenization of real estate and cars and fine wine and art and whatever the fuck you can think of. When they start using that, I think there'll be a federal standard where even though that company, that real estate company went tits up, that NFT I got from them still proves ownership.
Hold on, my dog's
You're good. It still proves ownership. I'm going to mute you, Steph. It still proves ownership, and it's still accepted across the board. So I believe that NFTs will be trusted. It's just NFT companies now are so everything's so haywire right now. You can buy a duck, which is legit. I know it's legit because I know the owner. It's XRP Bags. I know I've met personally the club XRPL CEO. Like, I know these guys, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's legit. But their use case is smaller. It's on a smaller scale. They're trying to create utility for their own project, which is Bags has done successfully, and he's still working on getting better projects going. And so, but the NFT itself, I trust it because it's immutable. I own it still. Even if the company goes belly up, I can still go, hey, I own this Club XRPL NFT. Sorry, go ahead, please.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
Value is only what someone else perceives it to be. I mean, that's the reality. NFTs are going to be a key, essential part of what's going to happen here with, transferring of money in the future. That's why I do believe XRP waited this long to actually have side chains and create the ability to make a smart contract on the XRP ledger, because they were, like you said, K-Hud, so focused on moving the money across borders and setting up governments and countries on this new technology, because that's what we're looking at here. We're looking at technology, adapting a technology and making it work and proving that it can work and not have flaws, because there's no way we're going to go from a fiat system that has been essentially working to something that most of us don't even know what the hell it really is. Like, we're talking about NFTs, what the heck are they really, but going back to the tokenization of property, that is going to be huge. Like title lock, there's a company that sells this title lock to keep people from stealing your house. That's an actual real thing. People are losing their houses because someone goes in there and steals their title and sells their house from underneath of them. That's actually really happening. So I do believe it was put in place to, help with things like this, like NFTs that tokenize everything. But think about the medical records, just the medical records alone. I mean, that's security involved in that.
Well, it's so convoluted nowadays. It's a mess nowadays.
Yeah,
you got one doctor's office doesn't talk to the other doctor's office.
Yep.
It's an absolute mess. Yeah.
Once that NFT's on the blockchain, because that's essentially what they're creating, an NFT for your digital record. Okay, so there's 1 million drops in one XRP, right? So I believe that, this was really created not just to do the transactions, but also as a whole, because, we have these
it costs money to move information.
Right, exactly. That's exactly it. The information and money,
And there's enough dust that has anybody done the math on how long the 100 billion will last over the course of maybe the next 100
someone
years?
just put it out on a video, actually, BRZRKR. I can't remember what it is. I actually took a screenshot of it, and I'll try to send it to you later. But yeah, that's a very good question, man. That's a very good question. How long will it take to run out of the money?
Yeah.
It was like 100,000 years or something like that. 110,000 years to run out of money. Like, okay, are we really going to be around for 100,000 years? I personally don't
that's a
think
lot.
So,
that's
man.
A lot of time. Yeah,
I mean, as the current way we're doing things right now, I mean.
Well, we're spending way more money on transactions. Sorry to interrupt, but we're spending way more money on transactions right now, even on the XRP ledger, than we will when maybe XRP is 10K per coin. It will be way less. Like right now, we're a normal low transaction on the XRP ledger is 0.00004. or even less than that, depending on when you can catch it. But what I'm saying is it's about that. But let's say we scale up to 10K per coin. We ain't going to be doing, even though that's a fucking small number, it's going to be way more than that, or way less than that. It's going to be like dot 0.000006. It'll be like that. Sorry.
Look at this. Look at the seashell and the Fibonacci and everything. I mean, it'll grow exponentially. It'll cost less exponentially. I mean, this thing was designed amazing. It's unbelievable. Really.
Yeah, it's too perfect for it not to be used for everything. That's what. Yes, I agree.
That's everyone else trying to make 100,000 or 100,000 drops in one XRP. I mean, that was perfectly designed for that. And think about if it cost a penny, right? At the current value that it is right now, it costs a penny.
Someone smarter than me.
Yeah, well, even that simple math proves another fucking proof that XRP is going to run it all. Yeah.
So, and hey, look, short. I'll keep it quick. All I'm trying to say is diversification is great. I just want people to protect themselves and understand we're all vested here in what we know and we see. And in the meantime, don't spread yourself too thin like peanut butter.
Don't spread it too thin, peanut butter. What we got here, Bagman?
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
We got organites. We got organite pyramids. What else we got, bro? Is that organite? Orgon.
What the hell is that?
That's some good shit right there, bro.
Orgon pendants and pyramids.
We got Orgon pendants and pyramids, guys, from Bagman. So I'm sure you'll be able to snatch one up soon. Boom. So if you guys are into like vibrational stones and things and crystals and stuff and materials, that's what those do. So it's good stuff.
I know a woman.
Bring that shit here. I need some powerful something to get rid of my bad. My bad.
Darcy says weed grinders.
My bad, man.
Right on. Shout out to Bagman. We got X List, his new song coming out. That was tight, bro. That was tight. You got your Jesus hair. It's growing. I love it. We're going like 2 hours, 30 minutes strong, guys. We were
24 hours and somebody else run it.
Right, we were supposed to do this for about an hour today. So
typical berserker. 1 hour, right? 1.5 hour.
It's all my fault. Yeah,
it's all your fault, bud.
Well, we're all in different time zones, so it's kind of hard to. Like an hour, like you guys, it's morning for you, and I'm going on mid-afternoon now. And.
Yeah. Well, coffee time's always been a favorite because it's early enough in the day for the West Coast and the East Coast to get on.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the good thing. But shout out to you guys in the chat. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Bull Rabbit's in here. We got XR Free Me. Oh snap, Bagman. Oh snap. Animals in the chat. We love you, bro. Oh, correction on SFTs. It's allowed. It allows an NFT to turn into an NFT to turn into an NFT. He's talking about what was that? Semi-fungible token. So animals deep in that. Animal, you're an animal. So also shout out to Monica.
We need to talk. I'm into the semi-fungible tokens too.
I gotta give a shout out to Monica. She's taking off. Have a good day. And there we go. We'll do a week-long camping trip every summer in the mountains. Yeah, she likes to go camping, so we'll figure some shit out. It'll be fun. We got lower level in here too. Shout out to you, pimp. So good to see you. And I'm not ignoring you, Jay Kill. I love you, bro. He says there's a lot of giveaways on the ledger today. So I don't know what you mean exactly, but he's been touting that in the chat. XRP NFTs will be trending today. So many giveaways today from XRP community. So he's tapped into the NFT giveaways. So there you go, guys. Maybe keep your eyes peeled. So yeah. You guys want to call it or what? What are we doing?
Yeah, let's get it, man.
Why don't you guys do like the jam session like you did the one time? That was so much fun.
I think
the rap battle.
It's a feel thing. It depends on who's in, who does.
Do
it artificially. Yeah, E4 would have to be here. We'd all have to be energized.
Oh,
it's a random
I had
thing.
so many raps in my head going behind you, but I just didn't have I couldn't get on. But I was like, It was
We
fun.
got Stephanie about to spit some battle raps. That's
I was ready.
I got an amazing battle rapper I want to bring in to you guys. You guys are gonna be blown away.
Bro, if we do it again and we catch it on the right time, absolutely. But it would all have to depend on whether or not E4 comes in, because E4 is our main battle rapper. I don't know how to rap at all. You know what I mean? I couldn't do it at all. But E4 just goes. He just spits, and he's been doing it his whole life. That's why he's so good at it. But we'll get something going eventually one of these days.
Hey, my birthday's 4/20, so we got to do something.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get some price action by then. We can all have like a little party.
Yeah.
I heard March was going to be some kind of something. I mean, we'll see.
I've been thinking that too. I think March is. We're at the end of
June,
the timeline.
I think
What's that?
something's going to happen by June, guys. I think we might be able to have a nice little meetup by June. We might
We can
not
do a
have the
metaverse
moon
party.
shot, you know what I mean? But I think by June we might all be pretty happy.
Well, we
What
do a
do you-
metaverse party.
What do you guys think?
I'd like to invite some of these projects that we've invested in and let them show us what they've done and do like a little showcase. And hey,
Well, the reach is the problem, Steph. It's about
I
you
know.
have to have a big enough channel for them to come in to be able to
Well-
interview the XRP Ledger projects. You know.
I know a good many of them that would do it, but
Well, I did an interview with XR Doge a while back. Remember that?
yeah, fuck
So-
them.
Yeah, fuck them. But what I'm saying is, it's possible.
Which one?
But
Moonboy's the only honest one out of the bunch.
Yeah, it's about the reach. Like, for instance, to be honest, this is very niche. It's just us on here, guys. It's 20 of us, roughly. You know, I mean, let's say we had
No,
more.
but I mean an in-person showcase where we can actually see what they're doing.
What do you mean, like online, but in person, like same? room
No,
with them?
like do a meetup with the company, like GZX Token and the X List and the ones that we like support, and like actually physically.
Yeah,
meet
but they're
with
not gonna.
everybody.
But realistically,
You don't
in my
think?
mind,
We're the investors.
I'm not saying your idea isn't good, but it's an idea.
Is it?
Based in like purism, but money talks. So in other words, I don't think they would.
We don't
give
have
us the
enough
time-
money.
They would give us. They wouldn't give us the time of day unless we had a lot of fucking money. Like we moon and we're like, all right, X List, what's up?
I
Go
want
ahead
to
and
add something to
feel
that.
it.
I think we should start seeing these companies, like you said, like they're going to implement real use case. Let's say here in America, like we're stalled in innovation right now, but boom, as soon as we get that regulatory clarity, I mean, who better than the people like us that know a little bit about what's going on?
Exactly what I'm getting at, Alan.
You're gonna have a hell of a time catching up to the knowledge, the normal
Well-
folk.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Who's
South
gonna be the one
Carolina.
that's trained to teach the people how to do these things. You know?
Exactly.
How are they
Exactly
gonna
what I'm getting at,
move
Alan.
fast enough? That's the thing. I think we're just kind of positioned perfectly, even though
I
some of
think
us
so.
are probably going to be so. I mean, honestly, so wealthy we won't even be needing to deal with any of that. But I
We
mean, some
won't
of
have
us-
to do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I personally will be helping a little bit. You know, I won't be taking
Well-
all my time out, but you know what I mean.
Well, they have it. I believe they have it all planned out. The big business, the big companies, they're just going to take over the NFT game and the tokenization of everything on a real level. All these small
But
cookies.
I mean, like the physical aspect of it, Alan's right. We have to, there's going to be, we're the middlemen. We're going to be the ones having to teach the everyday Joe, because there's got to be a way.
Like
We are the chosen ones. We're more chosen than you think, Berserker.
Island Ghost. What would I'm gonna pick your brain just for a second, if it's okay. All right.
Yeah.
So with this NFT tokenization, I know about property, like for real estate. You know, there's obviously going to be the chosen one that's going to make it to do actual tokenization of real estate. What do you think the first potential candidate, in your opinion, it would be? Because let's say if
I know
regulation
I know it's already in use. I know it's already in use, and the FUD that came around it, behind it, I knew meant that it was definitely going to happen. When I got kind of bullied off of the XRPL when I was building on there, we went over to Cardano, and Cardano is already doing what are called CNFTs, and they have smart contract capability. And I can barely understand what I'm doing half of the times, let alone explain it. So my suggestion is, there's a video that Charles Hoskinson made right when Elon Musk bought Twitter, and it was I said, I recommend everybody watching it because he dumbs it down really well to explain how all of this could happen. I'm not going to drop any links because I don't trust anything I have right now, but it's on YouTube. It's Charles Hoskinson. He says how to decentralize Twitter. That's the name of the video. And it's about an hour long. And it explains how the CNFTs could be layered onto another NFT, let's say like Bagman's NFT, to be able to utilize, to cross-chain, to be able to utilize the XRP payment system. You can't really, like I said, I can barely understand what I'm doing half of the time, let alone explain it. But Charles Hoskinson can, and I recommend it. I know for a fact that Cardano's already doing it. They're already doing it. But they get so much FUD behind them, that makes me think it's even more real, is what I'm getting at. And they just went open source. They have been taken, they are like the XRPL 10 years ago when they released the Cardano blockchain. I mean, they got, threatened, bullied, beat down, you name it. They came under attack. So, because their original plan was to make a way for currency for third world countries to be able to, in Africa, to be able to spend money and trade without the government's involvement. Well, you can imagine the kind of shit they took when they started that. So they know how to fight the FUD and fight. So when he announced that he was going to be that he was behind on XRP, there was way more involved than what we were seeing on Twitter. A Twitter war between David Schwartz, Charles Hoskinson, and what's his name, the lawyer.
Person?
That was all a show.
Done.
That was all a show. They were doing something just to keep that. They're way above all of that, is what I'm getting at. They're already working on crossing all of that. Just keep in mind what you see and what they're doing.
Club, and you ain't in it. Yeah, they're all like Buster says tons of times in old coffee times and Kryptonite Lives. Buster's like, they all fucking hang out together.
They got
like, they're smoking cigars and shit, and they're like drinking whiskey and having dinner together. Like, they don't give two fucks. Like,
Jay Kill, I see the balloons all the time, just so you know. Yeah. Ask me if I saw the balloon from China. They're here all the time. And as a matter of fact, this is guy, y'all might not hear from me for another 3 weeks. Every time I talk about this shit, my fucking internet gets
stop.
SpaceX and Space Force have been using Hilton Head Island as a freaking as a base for years. The videos that you guys see, we got Raptor 9s. We've got those balloons in the air all the time. Drones coming off of our ship. I watched Falcon 9 land right off the coast. And so, yeah, that little balloon that you all said from China, they're floating around here all the time. I don't know what. When I'm watching the news yesterday, I'm like, what was that all about? That happens like all the time.
Well, on a basic level, the good thing about all the news coverage of this, even though it may be a distraction of the balloons and the satellite, it works. Everything that works, even a distraction, works as a red pill. It works. It works as a red pill. It gets people thinking, "Oh, what's that in the sky?" And they just start thinking
exactly. That's exactly right, Berserker. They're doing it so that
no matter what,
start being acclimated to it.
There's an old phrase that I was told many, many years ago by an OG, not a crypto OG, just an OG, original gangster. He said, any press is good press. Any press is good press. So any fucking news you hear, even if it's a bullshit distraction, it still wakes people up. Snaps them awake. Ukraine, fucking Russia. What? It gets people paying attention. Sure, they'll get distracted trying to red pill themselves and trying to discern through the muddy swamp of all the information. But these balloons are waking people up for sure.
It took me 2 years to figure out what was going on in Hilton Head. I mean, we would be out there 1 o'clock at night during the pandemic, and all of a sudden you'd see these circles with an X across the moon. I was pretty much SpaceX saying, we're here. And I mean, shit that we would see, we're like, what? I mean, I've got videos that you can go on my YouTube and look back 6-8 months ago. I mean, I was like freaking out. What the fuck is going on? And then on Labor Day, when you all were doing your crypto meetup, that I was getting ready to get on a plane, it was like, I'm watching all these planes land. And so I decided to do a live Twitter about I forget the name of the big ship that NASA was putting out and everything with the Raptor 9s. And I'm doing a live video saying, oh, right from Hilton Head, you're going to get the best view. We've been doing it. Holy shit, did I get shut down. I couldn't use my credit cards. I couldn't get on the plane. And I didn't even realize that when I went down to the beach, there was nothing but Space Force out there getting ready to watch all of this go on. And that's when I realized I need to keep my mouth shut and stop tweeting about this shit. I always thought it was the crypto bad guys. It's not that it's hidden. It's just, and one guy finally came up to me and he tapped his head and he goes, it's all starting to make sense now, isn't it? You know, you had a lot of us around here pretty freaked out. But you're right, Berserker. It's been years of them acclimating us on this island to know that it's an everyday thing.
Do you believe that's why I believe that's why it's taken so long for this innovation to happen, because we didn't have the tech. Now that we got the tech, we got nodes on these Starlink satellites up in the space. There's nothing really stopping it. I mean, now we can do payments worldwide, anywhere in the world, on $100 cell phone. Elon just came out on TV and was talking about, I mean, you can live stream on a $100 cell phone anywhere in the world right now. Literally, $100 cell phone. So,
as a matter of fact, I did about 6 months of going through cell phones, buying and throwing them in the ocean after they would freak me out. But the $20 phones that you can buy for the track phones, you can basically get them and wipe them of everything and build your own, and it's way easier than you think. However, you know, the protection, you got it. I went Linux on a $20 phone and did very well for quite a few months. You don't need all this other shit.
Yeah, that's the magic of computers. People throw away their computers, and I'm like, no, give me your old shit, and I'll just like revamp it because the hardware is capable. Problem is, when you buy a computer freshly, especially straight out the box from like Walmart or something, it's full of so much bullshit bloatware.
Exactly.
The same thing with the phones. You buy a phone, it's preloaded with a bunch of shit. Problem is, the majority of people don't have the expertise to revamp those phones from scratch.
I suggest everybody do it. It's actually very easy. Take those old devices and build your own server. I mean, and you're so much more secure.
You tell you're the mom of a nerd.
The reason he's a nerd is because his mom was a nerd and the technology wasn't caught up.
Right.
I had everybody told me years ago when I was his age, and by the way, my son is the one that said to build your own server.
Right.
But when I was a kid, I couldn't sit still long enough just to work on computers. If I had this ability to be doing this like my son does, I might have been able to gone somewhere more with it. But it was quiet writing code. There was no talking, and you weren't with headphones on talking to people in Japan working on shit. That is what my son's doing, and that's pretty cool stuff. So yes, I have a son, and he won't even talk to me because he knows he knows that I don't know how to protect myself online. He pretends like he doesn't even know how to turn a computer on when we talk on the phone.
Are you just running a VPN, or you're running a separate server and a VPN at the same time? I mean, does a VPN
you don't need a VPN. Well, he uses if you can. We have fiber optics, which makes it really good. You want to run it right directly from your fiber optic company. You want to go a static line. You do not want to use Spectrum. Or if you call Spectrum, you don't want their service. You just want the static line directly from your Ethernet connection into your computer. And then from there, basically, you are your own server. You can run a virtual machine. You can run anything. The virtual machines are genius. But you want to do your own virtual machine because you don't want to put your information on somebody else's, because the security of that, in my opinion, is I'm a little I don't like the security aspects of things. So, and then also by doing that, you're also you're contributing to the whole ecosystem of us learning how to protect ourselves from, the big guys. It's really not that hard. You can Google it. It's worth a Google.
It's worth a Google.
Nice.
Yeah, it's funny. We talk about all this stuff. It's like googly, gobbledygook, crazy town, but it's a lot of it's coming to fruition. Starlink, like you were saying just now, Alan, Starlink's going to run a lot of that shit. It's not just a $100 cell phone. Starlink was created for a reason, you know. And whoever the powers that be, Trump and the whatever, they were literally funding this guy and giving him the largest military contracts to
Yeah,
create all this.
You can watch his pitch for that money on YouTube. There's a video. It's a couple years old, right before the thing. And when he pitched for that money, it was a brilliant pitch. So he got the money. It's in my backyard. I can tell you.
They've been shooting those satellites in the sky for Starlink for years now, just without permission, just shoving everything up in the sky.
And another thing is do it off the coast. You can do it on the water off of his. He has drone pads. One of them called "Follow the Directions." There's no regulation out there. He can do whatever he wants, shooting that shit off the water, and he's doing it.
E4, shout out to E4. Space is fake as fuck.
Space is fake. They're doing it right above our heads.
Oh, that's awesome.
Could be.
He's been.
There was one more thing I want to add, and I'll shut up and I'll be quiet. But it was a good one. It was a good one. Oh, well, if you guys start seeing those old dish satellites, you know, the ones that you used to get, Dish Network and stuff, and you're like, oh, that's an antiquated dish satellite. He's recycling all of those. Those are all Starlink. So you wonder why they're not. All of a sudden, I started seeing them popping up around here. I'm like, where did people start using Dish? We got fucking fiber optics on Hilton Head. And then I realized that's what they're using for Starlink is they're recycling all those Dish satellite things.
Well, plus 5G too. You know, you have to have a repeater.
That's what we have is 5G.
You know, 5G is really what we really needed for the cell phone tech until we actually have satellite cell phones. We really, aren't
the
able
old
to
people
use
crazy.
that the Starlink yet, like directly to our device, because only Apple and Samsung have that satellite capability built into their newest phones to actually be able to use Starlink. And then Pi is the new phone that they're going to supposedly come out with. But I honestly think Elon has got it locked, man. I think this has been a plan for him with, you know, he started Xcoin way back in the day. I do believe right after Ripple filed a patent to utilize the tech for distributed ledger technology, Elon had a plan way back then. Oh, I know what we need to do. We need to get the technology up in space to where everybody can have an internet connection all over the world. Then I can use my payment. Then OpenCoin could be, or not OpenCoin, but Xcoin could be a actual real thing.
Again, make everybody look at me over here while I'm doing this over here.
Yeah, because he's been talking about doing a platform just like WeChat, payments, media, and Twitter all in one. If he could actually do that, man, he's going to capture so much of the market, so much of the retail market, especially. Look at Robinhood did for many people in the world, just that one little free platform that nobody was able to have before. You had to be an accredited investor or go through an accredited company to be able to invest. Now, we're able to invest with minimal effort nowadays. I mean, we do have some loopholes that we got to go through, but look at how easy it's going to be when your money, like Coinbase, they're accepting people's like paychecks.
Oh yeah, I've had my direct deposit from my paycheck from Coinbase for about 2 years now.
I think you can do it with
straight there.
Some wallet. I do believe set that up to where
they're setting it. I'm not touching any of my Zum wallets only because I don't think my shit's secure enough, and I don't want to lose what's in my Zum wallet.
Yeah, I keep my shit on a hardware wallet until everything settles down.
But it's in between. Yeah, but it's my internet in between that. My crypto's safe. My internet, my connection is not safe, and that's where they get you is in that. Yeah. That one click, whatever. I just know that my crypto's safe. I'm not even going to even try to connect anything to that. But so I don't mind using the Coinbase or crypto.com and keeping some of my money on those exchanges because they're already just enough on there to where I don't want it to mess with anything that I know is safe. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't.
Jake Hill says we use underwater 100-year-old transatlantic fibers for 90% of communication.
Yeah. Yes, and ours is underwater. Exactly.
But see,
That's what we have to do.
that's the great thing about Starlink. So we had all these fears of cyber attacks and all the cyber. I mean, realistically, how are they going to take out Elon if he's got 100,000 satellites all over running separate nodes on, let's say, 10,000 in this part of the country, 10,000 in this part of the country, and just blockchain in general? It's on millions of computers all over the world. So if we have a EMP in the United States and half the power grid goes down, we have that capability, so they can throw the
That's
cyber
why you
threat
want
all
your
they want
own
at
moat.
us. But the reality is with blockchain, they're never going to take it away. There's no matter how hard they try.
They can't. We
Yeah.
can't do this without blockchain. We just can't. Because that's what I'm getting at is the internet now is not secure. The blockchain is secure. And we have got to figure out how to get away from what we've already been doing to make the internet secure. And that's the utility of every single crypto that's involved. Period. And
They've already got it all planned out, I believe. They're
they
like,
had
we
it
got to
planned out,
figure
they
it
just didn't
out.
want
We
to
don't
give
have
it
to
up.
figure out shit. I believe that it's going to be served to us on a silver platter.
Well, there's the people that know how to do it are the 22-year-olds like my kid, that they're smart enough. But as my son says, your generation's fucked because we don't want to help you. You're on your own. I'm like, teach me how to do it. He goes, figure it out. Here's the book. They're not going to do it for us anymore. So please learn to love those 22-year-olds right now because they're the only ones that really know how to do this technology. And if we
Right, but what my point was is that you're coming from an idealistic standpoint where the 22-year-olds out in the world that are just coming up are going to help us figure this out. What I'm trying to say is that everything's already figured out.
That's what I'm getting at. But they're not doing it for us.
Already fucking happened. Meaning even though it's not reflecting in the market, the 22-year-olds, they're going to be hired by Ripple and stuff like that.
But they're not. They're getting hired by the bad guys to stop it from being antiquated. Is what they're doing. What I'm trying to say is my son is like, nobody is going. This generation, they already know how to protect themselves on their money, and they know how to do it. It's been bred into them. It's us that need it to be instilled into the real world because we don't know how to do it, nor do we want to. I mean, I don't want to, but I had to. I'm just saying.
Right, but the majority of people are going to just take what's they're going to eat what's served to them.
Exactly. And that's what I was getting with Alan was saying, that we have to be the ones to teach our friends how to use this technology that are like, man, I'm 50 years old. I've saved my whole life to retire. Now you're telling me I can't put it in my bank.
Right.
They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it.
I'm not trying to be like, the devil's advocate. Yeah, I'm not trying to be a naysayer. I'm just saying I believe it's going to be cut and dry. Just like how you transact with crypto, Stephanie, new people, as soon as we hit 10, 20, 50, $100, nobody's going to fuck with crypto. They're going to be priced out immediately. So they're not even going to care. They're not even going to have the interest to get into crypto.
That's not
and that's what I'm saying.
What happened with Bitcoin, though, if you say that, though? Think about that, what you just said. People said the same thing about Bitcoin. They said that, when it hit a certain price, at $1,000, it was going to be priced out. It was going to be too expensive for people to afford, and they weren't going to get in. That's always been the case with any kind of growth. And I do believe yes and no to that, because let's face it, no one ever thought that Bitcoin was going to go to, $68,000. I mean, I remember people buying Bitcoin at like $1, literally.
I mined it.
Right.
I mined it for my kid so that he could buy game tokens.
Right. No, and I get where you're coming from. People said that about Bitcoin, but people still drop money in Bitcoin. I'm talking about where they can accumulate. I'm literally just regurgitating what Buster has talked about.
Generational wealth.
It's the generational wealth aspect, meaning they're not going to care. Nobody cares about Bitcoin right now unless they're really interested in crypto.
And I got to get off, but I'm going to say it with this. I think you and I are talking about a little bit different things. You all are talking as the investor standpoint. I'm talking as a blockchain technology builder, the security.
Even more rare.
Be able to use
rare niche where you.
I know I am, and there's only
and that's what I'm getting at.
And that's what I'm getting at is the only ones that technology has to be implemented for us to be, as investors, to make any money anyway. And we've got to put our arms around the kids that know how to do it, because they're already being lured into the banks that were saying, okay, here, we're paying you not to do it until we can get up, is what I'm getting at. Because the technology is, we're not going to make any money if the technology can't be built. And that's what I'm getting at. So I got to get off here, and I know I make no sense. It's very hard for me to even understand what I'm learning and doing.
Proud of you. You've been on for like an hour now, Steph.
Yeah. Oh, I love to talk. I just can't right now. I just get shut down. One more thing I was going to say. Keep this going, you guys. You're doing great. I'm always around. I just I can't preach this enough to watch that 1 hour video of Charles Hoskinson right when Elon bought Twitter. It explains so much about NFTs, tokens, bridging, and how this whole thing can work as together if done properly. And it's going to work. It's brilliant, but that's what you want to invest your money in, is what he's talking about.
Amen. Well, with Stephanie,
thanks for everything, guys. I love y'all. I'm going to keep listening, but my dog is trying to tell me that it's time for her to go for a walk and get some snacks. It's dinner time.
Beautiful. Have a good day, Steph. And
thanks, guys.
Figure it'd be a proper
All right,
time.
Stephanie.
Yeah, proper time to maybe call it. We're going on 3 hours, and it's all
because I can talk and talk. And Jay Kills, I love you guys. I'm sorry I didn't get to chat with you guys much, but you guys are always welcome to come to Hilton Head if you want to see balloons and rockets and landing pads. And we're here. It's here. It's right freaking here. And the old people, it's just amazing what they're doing right over our heads, and people don't even have a clue.
We're gonna make it, guys. We're gonna make it from
We're gonna make it.
All right. So, any last words you guys want to say before we call it a day?
Thanks for doing this again, Uncle Buster. Appreciate you, putting yourself out there and being, helping this community out, stay together, and give a platform for us to speak and, for us to share our thoughts and our wisdom. Most importantly, it's being able to share your wisdom with people is what we're called to do, and I just really appreciate a platform where we can do that and care about one another and lift each other up going through this time when we know that we're going to reach the end and be successful at it. That's what keeps us here. That's what keeps us motivated every day. So keep the faith, guys. And I love doing this and look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.
Thanks,
Beautiful.
brother. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, everyone. Shout out to the Blue Crew. Figured we'd do a town square and let you guys get on and talk. I know it's been a while, but we love you and we appreciate your patience. We'll try to do this whenever we can, hopefully on Sundays, but we'll see what we can do. Shout out to Bagman. Shout out to you, Buster. Thanks for hosting. And I think we're good, guys. Yeah.
See you guys.
Yeah. You got anything to say? Good to go?
No, man, I'm good.
Cool.
All right, Bagman.
We'll see you in a little bit. Have a good day. And coffee time over.
Yo, hey, did you put in your vote? We on top of the totem of polls, dropping more votes. Your favorite projects all grow, communities grow. X's helping them blow. Placing your votes, you have control. Contests and prizes, all of the stakes just got heightened. Bridging the gap, we in it together. You cross us, we fighting. I'm hoping you show. Placing your votes, after the votes, we burn a supply. One bust it down, rockets gon' fly. XUT up in the algorithm pools, and unicorns looking for you. ETF NFTs up in the vault, enjoying the show. X's up in my wallet gon' blow. XRP leisure for show. X's put in your vote, put in your vote. You holding your no, you open that totem pole. X's put in your vote, put in your vote. You holding your no. X's helping us grow, dropping no votes. We fighting the further we blow. Deep state losing control, escaping the show. X's dropping them votes. Sending my coins to burn them, they send me more back. I'm earning them coins, keep on burning. The price going up. If your project need help, tell them go in. Jump on the list, we looking for votes. You winning the prize, they send you a bag. Jackpot last time, like 17K. Voters get paid, so everyone wins. We'll see you up at the top, we going all in. Dropping these votes, then do it again. We getting more bags, so it begins. You know what it is, crossing them chains, getting more gains. Stacking some coins, it's like an arcade. The XRP ledger insane. This is a gift, it's a present. Jump on the X's, come get more X's, come get more X's. Put in your vote, put in your vote. If you're holding your no, you open that totem pole. X's, put in your vote, put in your vote. If you're holding your no, X's helping us grow. Dropping the votes, we fighting the further we blow. Deep state losing control, escaping the show. X's dropping them votes.
Coffee time with Berserker and Uncle Buster. Doors open. Good to see you. You know where the coffee pot is.
This is Berserker.
Yo, this is Uncle Buster. Get a cup. Let's talk crypto.
Yeah, dude. This coffee's bomb.
Nothing comes between me and my XRP. All in.